This Halloween, after the kids are done trick-or-treating and are safely tucked away in their bed, it's time to get scared. Come on down to FanZcene Vids, where for the whole month of October, rent 2 frightfully good films, get the third one free. Come browse our latest and scariest selection of VHS rentals, and remember, don't be afraid of no ghost. FanZcene Vids, make it a FanZcene fright. Hello, fellow followers, and welcome to FanZcene. This is the Physical Media Show. We got Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark, Midnight's Edge Radio, and all around busy man. And we got Metal Runner, changing the name. Dig it.
He changes his name every week.
I know.
Not really.
Okay, every other.
Every other week.
No, longer than that.
He didn't like being a lord, so he went metal.
No, I mean, yeah, I remember getting the backlash when I changed my name to that, and it's like, holy shit. Like people were not for that. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, this name's pretty bad. So I changed it the best I could. This is the best I could come up with so far. And the only reason I changed my name, people have been telling me like, oh, I don't see you as a metal guy or whatever. It's like, I love listening to metal when I work out, so that's why.
Well, nobody would know that unless they're around you when you work out. So.
Well, no shit. So that's why I had to explain it.
Your name shouldn't have to be explained. They should know by seeing it.
No, I think it should, because it gives an idea for certain someone.
Okay. Anyways, any news on any new releases before we get started? And also, happy Halloween to everybody. We're not like Halloween here, but we will be sharing some scary movies tonight for the season. But Tom, Runner, and you guys have any like news on releases?
Well, we did get some information about the Beavis and Butthead Blu-ray coming up.
Oh, yes. I saw that.
It looks like it's going to be pretty much a lot of the same features as before, I believe. It don't sound like any of these are new. But I could be wrong. I'd have to double check with my DVD. But comes with audio commentary by Mike Judge and Yvette Kaplan. Retrospective. Featurette with the composer. A montage of all the characters getting slapped. An MTV News celebrity short. Trailers, TV spots, and a digital copy. So there you go. That's the breakdown of the 25th anniversary edition of Beavis and Butthead hitting Blu-ray for the first time on December 7th. So there you go.
Is it like the TV show?
No, it's the movie.
Oh, it's the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some episodes of it, and it's hilarious. I just need to watch more.
In other news, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
We can finish talking about Beavis and
Butthead. Oh, yeah. I did see, though, that the Karate Kid 4K box set is down to $49.99. If anybody, it was being retailed for $69.99, so it's for $50 right now. I did see that Kino Lorber is now accepting pre-orders for their Hard Target 4K with the unrated cut of it. And My Stepmother is an Alien from Arrow is now available for pre-order as well. So there you go. That's what I have.
Nice.
And on another note, okay. It looks like Mill Creek, our friends over there at Mill Creek.
I would love to get somebody from Mill Creek on here one day.
Are getting into the boutique / special edition game, kids.
Nice.
Remember we talked about the Street Fighter Steelbook that's supposed to be on its way here soon? Well, we finally have the specs on this, buddy. It looks like there's some new special features on here. Along with all the classics. So it looks like with this Steelbook, Mill Creek is getting into the boutique side of things. Now, they've done a few things with I think it was Mothra or something like that before, but this will be, I believe, the first time they've ever done original new stuff. So we'll see how it goes, because since this one has a much higher price point than their normal releases. So
that explains why they updated their website from that shoddy building.
Right?
They're trying to be more like Shout now.
I think so.
Yeah, but that's cool though, because at least you get some new features with that. Because I like to have that one in my collection.
Yeah, I just bought it not too long ago, so it's like, oh,
Cool.
shit.
Cool.
But
yeah. Well, now you got to rebuy it with that.
I did pre-order it just to see how it looks, see the situation. It doesn't sound like it's from a new scan or anything like that. But,
yeah. Liquid Blake says, "I'm going to kick Bison's ass so hard." Welcome, Liquid Blake, and welcome to the audience there.
In other news, there's one. Speaking of issues,
yeah,
we brought this up earlier on 4K for you,
yes,
and I'll bring it up here real quick again. It looks like some people are having issues with their Halloween 4K or Halloween 2 4K edition from Shout, but it appears to just be a problem with just certain players, and I don't expect Shout to do any kind of replacement program for the disc. But it happens to be in one of the best scenes of the movie when the nurse is getting into the hot tub. There's a big digital blotch.
Oh yeah, just happens to be on that scene.
I didn't notice it on mine, and a lot of people haven't. Only certain people have. Shout claims they haven't been able to recreate it, and they never noticed the problem before. So at this time, they don't appear to really give a shit.
Well, it doesn't affect the bottom line.
Right. And speaking of other screw-ups, if you happen to be one of the people that plopped down a bunch of money for the Smallville Blu-ray set, it sounds like some sets include 2 copies of Disc 25, aka Season 7, Disc 1, but no copy of Disc 26, Season 7, Disc 2. So, Digital Bits has alerted the studio, and they are investigating. So, if you probably have a problem with it, there'll likely be an exchange program soon, or they might just have you exchange it back from wherever you bought it from for another version that might not have the problem. So, there you go. That's the main. There really wasn't a whole lot of new Blu-ray news this week.
There hasn't been too much. Oh, well, the Kindred is coming out.
Yes,
from Synapse. That was last week, though.
Yeah, I think we brought up most of the newer stuff last week. Same thing with the Jackie Chan 4K movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're up to speed on all of that business.
Yeah, and business is good.
That's what they tell me.
That's what they say. All right, so there you go for everybody out there. And I like Smallville. I know some people don't. I know Script Doctor don't, and I get it. It was a bit morose.
We may have brought this up before, but I guess the Toolbox Murders is getting a 4K release.
Oh, really?
Underground. Yeah, in January.
Nice.
I just saw that. Cool. I don't know if we ever brought that up before or not.
No, I don't think we have.
Well, it is now.
Good one. Good one. All right. There's some news there. So we'll start with the picks for tonight. Runner, we'll start with you first. See what you brought.
All right. Just a full disclosure. I wish I had like horror picks, but I don't really. I kind of wasted them on the other shows, but it's fine.
That's all right. We just get to pick on you the rest of the night.
Yeah, nothing's new there. So this movie, I'm not sure if it's one. FanZcene probably hasn't seen it because it's fairly recent. But it's a pretty good movie. It's a Denis Villeneuve movie. Yeah, that's how you say his name. Who directed the new Dune movie, which I really enjoyed. But
that's how movie, I say it all the time. Villeneuve of Harvard.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, that's you. Other people say. I've heard people say like Denis Villeneuve or whatever, but it's Villeneuve. I'm pretty sure that's how he sees it. But no, this movie is Sicario. If you haven't.
Oh, I've seen that. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a decent one.
Show that one already.
No, I didn't.
I don't think you did.
Okay.
No. It's a pretty decent movie. I've heard a lot of people say it's like one of the best movies ever recently. I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. I don't think it's as good as Prisoners. If anyone has seen that movie, that is my favorite Denis Villeneuve movie that I've seen. But yeah.
I like Sicario. Sicario was good. It wasn't too bad. That ending is pretty rough, pretty interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
It's not too bad. Not too
Never
bad.
seen it.
Yeah, good.
Oh, you
it's
never seen it?
Good,
You might like
yeah,
it, Tom. It's not too
yeah,
bad.
it's a good cast too. Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro, John Bernthal's in it. I mean, he's in almost every movie now. But yeah.
Yeah, if it's made, it was written by the guy that does Yellowstone. He did what's that Chris Pine movie? I can't remember the Chris Pine movie. He did that winter movie with the guy that plays Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch.
Oh, Hansel and Gretel.
No.
Oh.
What is the name of that movie? I like that movie too. I like that in the Chris Pine
that
movie.
one didn't have Scarlet Witch in it. Never mind.
No.
I know it had Jeremy Renner in it, but
I can't remember it. It's Jeremy Renner and her, but it was a good movie.
oh,
That's
I know what movie you're talking about, but
Wind River. Yes,
Wind River.
Yes, that's a damn good movie, by the way. If you've never seen that, I highly recommend that. I did a review for that on my channel. So yeah, that is a good movie.
I need to check that out.
That is really good.
Yeah, Sicario's a good movie if you haven't seen it.
It's not too bad.
No, it's not my favorite Denis Villeneuve movie. I mean, the only 4 I've seen, I haven't seen any of his like foreign language ones. That's where he like kind of came from at first, and then he sort of got big when he did Prisoners, and then Sicario, and then Arrival, which I still haven't seen yet, and Blade Runner 2049, and now Dune.
Yeah.
And I like Blade Runner 2049. I know some people don't, but I enjoy it. Not as good as the first Blade Runner.
I have yet to see that one. I like the first one. Have you yet to see the sequel yet?
You may or you may not like the sequel. I don't know. It depends on kind of where you are. I don't know.
I've been meaning to watch it, but it's busy life.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot when you ever have the chance.
Oh, definitely. I've been meaning to.
It's an absolutely beautiful movie, though. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah. But that is a good pick. I do like Sicario, and I have seen it. So, haha.
Nice.
And Tom, what do you got for your first pick of the night?
I feel like chicken tonight. This is not a horror movie. This is the only one I'm not doing tonight that is a horror movie.
That's fine.
Yesterday this came in the mail, and I was like, oh yeah, crap, this movie came out this week. I didn't even realize it. I got the Steelbook of Suicide Squad.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, I didn't even know that was out myself.
I didn't know.
See the beauty of it. Looks really nice. That's what I hate about opening these things. As you can see inside. Blah, blah, blah. There you go.
Nice. That's cool.
Yep. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm assuming it's
all good.
It's a newer movie, so it probably looks good. So
yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't even know it was out on 4. I might get it on 4K at some point. Just
I totally didn't even know it was coming out this.
Me neither.
I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
I was still like remembering it on HBO Max, and like boom, now it's like, oh yeah, it's out now. Now I know. Now I got to pick that up.
What's cool is you can't really see it, but it's like reflective on here, so like all the little like colorful bits here stand out. Whoop, wrong one.
Oh, wrong person.
Boomer.
There
like all
it
the
is.
colorful bits here stand out, like they're kind of reflective.
Oh yeah, I get it.
I don't know if you can't really see it in the camera, but yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
But they kind of stand out a little bit. It's kind of cool.
That's cool. Yeah. I liked it. I really
reflective.
I enjoyed it too.
I enjoyed it.
It has its.
It was a lot of fun.
But yeah,
it was. Like I've said, it felt like an old school rated R movie to me. It did. It felt like an old school rated R movie.
It absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of why I liked it. But
gag reel. You got extended scenes and deleted scenes. You got a making of. 4 of the epic most scenes, something like that. Comic book origins, bringing King Shark to life, how James Gunn made the movie, and Starro, it's a freaking kaiju. 3 retro style trailers and director's commentary.
Well, I like the 3 retro style trailers.
It has HDR 10 Plus and Dolby Vision along with Dolby Atmos surround sound.
Nice. Perfect.
Cool. I saw the Suicide Squad in the theater. I liked it. Yeah. That's only because I don't own HBO Max. I did for like a month, and I had to unsubscribe just because I think they decreased it to like $10 now a month. So maybe I'll get it at some point since it's lowered its price a little bit.
This one's for Runner. Suicide Squad was good, but I couldn't get that crappy taste of the Air movie out of my mouth.
That's the butchered one, not the actual Ayer cut. So you're not trying to tick me off. I mean, the 2016 one was a mess.
It
It has
was.
its moments.
It has good moments though.
Oh yeah, it has
But this,
really good moments.
James Gunn's is superior at the moment.
At this point, like here's the thing, like it is obviously better than what we got from David Ayers, but when the Ayer cut comes out, which is at this point, I feel like I know it's gonna come out at some point, but I have a gut feeling, but I think that one, at least to me, might be better just because I'm a Snyderverse guy.
I dug James Gunn's. It was good. There was literally just one scene in that movie that I thought was kind of pointless. Other than that, man, I think he nailed it.
Was it the Harley Quinn thing at the
The
middle?
Harley Quinn thing, yeah.
I agree 100%. That whole
The
thing.
whole where she
Yeah.
bangs him and then kills him.
Yeah,
literally, I thought that whole scene they could have just cut right to her being strung up.
Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly what I said. I was like, that is like the one like pointless thing in that movie, and I've heard some people say like, oh, that scene was so great. It's like, well, that's great that you think it's great, but it's pointless as fuck.
Yeah. I thought that was the pointless part. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of pointless. It takes you out of the movie for a couple minutes, and then you're back in the movie. But other than that, yeah,
no, exactly. It's like yeah, like you kind of when you like, because I think I've seen the movie like twice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck's the point of this scene? Like, like there's nothing. You could just capture her like from the car and then cut it like at some point to when she's like hung up in the prison. Like that would have been just fine.
Yeah, it would. But it was a good one. And thanks, Tom. You cost me money tonight because I will have to pick that up on 4K because I didn't even know that was out.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up at some point.
It's close enough to Black Friday. I'd almost wait, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're probably right on that.
Well, would it have a Black Friday like
probably?
I was gonna say because it's like it's fairly new, so
yeah. Usually those are like they have different price points. So like this would probably be like you could probably get it for like $15, $10 on Blu-ray or something like that. Black Friday, I bet.
Okay. I'll probably get the 4K at some point, but it's not like a day one thing. Like I would say, like I would get Dune on 4K day one now that they've greenlit part 2.
Yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't even know. Well, that's kind of the problem with HBO Max. Is I've seen it a couple times.
Oh, yeah. You didn't see it in the theater?
No, I just watched it on HBO Max.
No, I saw it on IMAX with.
So I wasn't even paying attention when it was coming out. I just pre-ordered it because the only reason I pre-ordered it, to be honest with you, was because it was the Steelbook from Best Buy, and if you don't grab them,
oh yeah, they go.
And I'm pretty like I just kind of like the design, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll get that just because I like the design. Like, I mean, I plan on getting the movie eventually anyway, but I'm very picky about my Steelbooks. But
same here.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm not like huge in Steelbooks, but there's occasionally where like I want them. And speaking of which, speaking of Steelbooks,
I was gonna say like the American Psycho Steelbook. Like
that was awesome.
I know I wanted that. I'm like, that is just genius.
Now I was watching Tom's 4K for you, and this was brought up. I pre-ordered the Scream 4K Steelbook, and I still have not got it.
Where'd you pre-order?
I pre-ordered from Amazon.
I don't know if Amazon's getting their Steelbooks.
Son of a bitch! I went to get it off Best Buy. Best Buy was sold out afterwards because of all the delays and everything. And so I figured I'd wait on Amazon to see if they ever send it to me. All I keep getting is your order is received. We'll email you when we have a date.
Because last I looked, I'm not so sure it's on there. I don't think it's even listed anymore with a price. I mean, it's there, but I don't think it has a date.
Yeah,
or
it's
anything.
it's not. It says it's not available. We don't know when it will be back in stock. But I pre-ordered it well before.
Hey,
Well, here's
speaking of, I was gonna sorry. Speaking of the Suicide Squad, are any of you looking forward to the Peacemaker show?
No.
Yeah, fuck no.
not particularly, but I might give it a shot just because the trailer did make me chuckle a little, and I do like James Gunn's movies and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I
I
don't
do
know.
too, but I just don't like John Cena. I didn't like the character one bit.
I mean, I don't think John Cena is necessarily a good actor, but I mean, I have no interest in seeing it. That trailer did not, like the one that they released in fandom, did not pull me at all. The only thing I gave a shit about in DC fandom, and FanZcene knows this, is the Batman trailer. And that's it. It's the only thing I gave a fuck about.
mhm.
But yeah. Who's John Cena? You mean John Cena?
John China.
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 Yeah, here's what I was afraid of because I'm seeing it on here listed for $79.
Damn.
Yeah. I wonder if it wasn't like a Best Buy exclusive because I've seen this before on Amazon where a seller will sometimes like list like the Best Buy Steelbooks on Amazon and then they'll just sell them for like $5, $10 more than what they get them at Best Buy. I wonder if it was one. I don't know if this was a Best Buy exclusive one or not.
That's crazy. But yeah, like if you don't get them Best Buy ones, that's it. You're screwed. You'll never get that.
Yeah.
You'll never get it.
Yeah.
Unless there's certain ones they don't really do a huge quantity of them. No, and Target will
Yeah.
get their own Steelbooks sometimes.
Yeah.
Walmart's the only one that doesn't get a lot of the exclusives anymore. Very rarely.
Yeah. They basically just focus on DVDs anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like the Walmart stuff is like, it's like a DVD. Like I saw like when like Mortal Kombat came out, like the new one on physical, like there was like a Walmart exclusive where it's like DVD only, 3-movie collection, the Mortal Kombat 95, that piece of shit that's Annihilation, fuck that movie, and then the new movie on like
I don't
DVD.
even know if they did a Steelbook for that one, to be honest with you.
I'm surprised they didn't.
Mortal Kombat, I don't remember seeing one at all.
No.
Which is strange. You think they would have done a ton of them? Like you could have done like character Steelbook, like
yeah. You could put that Scorpio on one side and Sub-Zero on the other.
On the other. Yeah.
Actually, no. I think they did. Maybe they did.
I don't know if they did or not. Let me look.
No, because I remember there being videos of people like reviewing the Steelbook, and it had the
okay. There was one.
Yeah, it had Scorpion and Sub-Zero on it.
Yep, like we just said.
Yeah.
Looks like it might have been a Target exclusive.
Okay.
No, actually, Sub-Zero's on the inside. The outside cover is Scorpion, and then his little blade thing on the back. Yeah, kind of not as good as I was hoping it would look. I didn't miss out too much. You can still get it for. Actually, it says an Amazon exclusive Steelbook.
See, like, and you guys know I talked about it in the show before. I wasn't a big fan of the new MK movie just because I'm a huge fan of the games and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll probably get the 4K for like very cheap, and I
probably like Tom said, Black Friday. It'll probably be pretty good.
And I wish I had the regular
I plan for a future project to like tweak it up whenever I get my hands on it.
I wonder if I opened it yet.
Just to fix it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, we were on your pick now, Greg.
Yep, we'll go to my pick, and I'll start off with the horror movie since we're in the season.
A horror movie.
A horror movie. A horror movie.
A horror.
Oh, horrors in the horror movies.
The horror. But we got
stop trying to be like
Return of the Living Dead Part 3 from the 90s. Not as good as the first two at all, but Melinda Clarke was super hot in the movie. That's one of the only real reasons I got it. I mean, she was smoking in this, but it's not bad. It's by Brian Yunza, who did the Reanimator sequels and stuff. So I dig it. It's not particularly good, but it's good, bad, fun watch, if you know what I mean.
Wasn't it straight to video?
Yes, it was straight to video in the 90s.
I got through like 30 minutes of it when it came out. I'm like, this is not a Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, it's really, really not.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
But I was just thought Melinda Clark was super, super hot.
I remember
So
being a very disappointing rental. I don't own it, and I didn't even know it was on Blu-ray. And I
yeah,
probably won't, but I might if I found it for dirt cheap.
I have the first two, and
Yeah.
I'm a collection completist. And I will be honest, yes, it is a shitty movie. It's a bad movie, but I like it. You
I'll
know what I
buy it.
mean?
I
You know
say
what I
that
mean?
shit, but I'll buy it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I hate that movie, but I'll buy it. But I like it as it because it's a fun bad watch, and plus, she's hot and
You should have
she
seen
gets
the
naked,
fucking box
so.
of Kino Lorber movies I got today, dude.
But purchased a boatload of them.
Oh fuck! I was like, I don't remember buying this many. It was like $200-300 worth of goddamn movie.
Should do a video about it.
I already opened the box and everything, but like, yeah, continue with your story. But I can tell you exactly all the titles that were in it afterwards.
Yeah, but that was it, man. You know, I saw it. Like I had the first two. I wanted to complete it. Vestron put it out. I like it.
Probably
She's
would.
hot. I mean, it's really bad. I like Brian Yunza because he does the Reanimator movies.
Cinemax all the time. I remember. Or something
yeah,
like
that was. I mean, you watch something like that. One of the reasons you could tell one of the reasons why that was on Cinemax. I mean, she gets naked, so
yeah.
She pretty much runs around with her boobs hanging out when she turns into a zombie. So
boobies.
But yeah, Terrell, I like the movie too. He said it holds up quite well in his opinion. So.
Oh my god, I spent $330.
Jesus.
You got the sale. You went on the sale, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
That reminds me.
Here. Holy shit.
Arrow's having a sale right now. I can get trimmers on 4K for $25.
I know. I went over there, but I don't know if I really saw much I didn't already have.
Well, I saw trimmers for $25,
which I got already.
Which I did. I missed out on that, so I can get that. Plus, it's going for like $50 if you don't get it on sale. So
I'm still waiting on my Vinegar Syndrome, but I got the like pre-order thing so that won't come out till like later this year. Okay, in this order, I got.
Go ahead.
Holy crap! Are you guys ready for this?
Let's hear it.
I got the Barbarians, The Chamber, Clay Pigeons, Continental Divide, The Day After, the 4K version of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, with no slipcase. How I Won the War, The Maze, which is a 3D movie. Slithus, aka Spawn of the Slithus, The Party, The Quest, The Raven, the old Vincent Price one, September Storm in 3D, Shenandoah, Terror Train, the classic. They Call Me Bruce. I was going to call it. I wasn't so sure if I could call it a classic, but yeah. Theater of Blood, Toy Soldiers, and that is the one with not the one with the toys.
Oh, I know. That's with Sean Astin.
No. This is not even that one. This is a totally different Toy
Soldiers.
Oh,
is it really?
I have that other Toy Soldiers, but this is a different one. Up the Creek, which has actually got like half the cast of Animal House in it. The Wanderers, Wanted Dead or Alive, which is a Rutger Hauer movie. The Warlord, White Lightning, the Burt Reynolds movie. White Zombie, the original. Burn on a Wire, Hunchback of Notre Dame, the original silent one. The Comedy of Terrors, the last remake of Bo Guest, and The Silence of the Lambs 4K.
Damn. But you did spend a lot of money, didn't you?
This is after I already picked through their good shit before. Like the last box I got was almost as bad, but it was like all the good titles, like the good titles. This is made up of some of the newer stuff they got and some of the leftover stuff from last time. Holy shit. It was a great sale though. Kino puts on
a hell of a sale, yeah. And Glizner said Theater of Blood was, I hope that was there. Yeah, you got that.
That was the frog one, Liquid Blade.
Yeah, that was about to say
Henry Thomas. The
frog one, yep, Henry Thomas. And then Mr. Plague Doctor says, Tom, holy shit. But yeah, you got it.
Sales are a bad thing for me.
Yeah. And you got the Scream Factory sale going on right now. Speaking of which, guys,
I got a few things there, but not many.
Yeah. To anybody in the watching and in the chat, Scream Factory and Arrow are having their October sales too. So if you missed out on some stuff or want to see what they're trying to get rid of at the moment, you can go over there and check those out. So they got some decent stuff.
Yeah, I got to recheck the Arrow sale. I don't remember finding anything on there. It was really
I wanted to get the House movies because I don't own them on Blu-ray.
You have all 4 of them on there again?
No, they just have one
First
and
two.
two for $15 each.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
So it's not too bad. I've been meaning to pick them up for a while. And trimmers. Those are about the three of the
Okay.
ones I saw the most. But they had some really good ones out there.
Well, that's the thing is I think I have them all already. So it's like,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's the thing.
And
But
I
yeah, if you guys
spent
want to check
almost
them out.
$100 on the Shout Factory sale. I only got that one. I got Shocker, Serpent in the Rainbow. Believe it or not, I haven't bought that one yet.
Oh, man.
Night of the Creeps, Night of the Demons, The
Oh,
Lawnmower
speaking of
Man, and
which.
Dark Man. Yep.
Speaking of which, that might show up tonight.
Really?
What?
One of the movies he mentioned.
One of the movies I mentioned.
Yes.
Oh,
So I get a
Might show up.
preview of the movie.
Yes, you might.
That's so I can't even say the word specific.
Specific. Just shut up, Runner, and know that it's coming. Well done, Tom. Well done. But yes, okay. Runner, it's to you. What do you got for your second pick of the night?
Okay. This isn't a horror movie, but it's pretty bloody, and it's a Tarantino movie. Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Nice.
There you go.
That's good. That's a good pick. Good pick.
Yeah. I love both movies. Honestly, I like 1 better than 2. I mean, they're both really good, but no, I was really happy to find that at a Best Buy for like, I think it was like 10 or 10 something bucks. Yeah, it's a good price.
It's not bad. And you know we may even be getting a third one soon. So
Maybe. I mean, I don't hate the idea that I remember Tarantino talking about it, and I'm like, I mean, maybe it doesn't sound completely necessary in my opinion.
I just think it's a world he really likes that he made.
No, I understand that.
I'm a liar.
You are.
I
Hold
bought
on, everybody.
He's on the Arrow sale too, and I missed one, but not as many on the Arrow sale because they're more expensive. I got Weird Wisconsin. I got Beyond the Door, Flowers in the Attic, Major Dundee, and Schlock. And now I just saw they had Scared Stiff on here too. I missed that one. Damn.
Oh man, Weird Wisconsin. How much was that? Because I saw that one. I was
Like
wanting to get
60,
down.
I think, but it's like a 4-picture.
Yeah, but I think it was like
movie.
$100 before. So.
Yeah, it's actually like 40 or 50% off. So it was like, that's the main reason I grabbed it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Beyond the Door was one I had to get to. The Exorcist ripoff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like,
sorry,
Runner. From Arrow, but yeah, no, sorry about that, Runner.
No, that's fine. My dad called me real quick, so perfect timing.
Okay, well, while you got anything else you want to say about Kill Bill before we go to Tom?
Not much. It's just if you can find it at a store near you, pick it up. They're going on for pretty cheap.
Yeah, I just don't know how they could do a Kill Bill 3 without the guy, Bill. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it actually wouldn't be Kill Bill.
Yeah, but it. That's
exactly.
True.
How would you call it? Kill Bill Volume 3?
He already said it was going to be called Kill B.
Oh, Kill B.
Kill B. Oh.
Yeah, because it's going to be about Vivica A. Fox's daughter coming after her.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like, I remember seeing fan art of Zendaya as the daughter, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think she was too bad in Dune, but that's like
you
her
don't
only
need
like
her in everything.
So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of her.
Well, no, it's because her popularity came from Disney Channel.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I mean, I've never been a big Disney Channel person, but I've been a big fan of the cartoons. That's what I really grew up with, but I just know her popularity from that.
All right. Tom, what do you got for us for your second pick of the night?
All right. Well, since you mentioned it before and you didn't get it.
You bastard.
I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, though. I only got a chance to open it and look at it.
Yeah, I like the knife shines, so I was a little worried how that knife was going to look on the front.
Again, not a fan of Steelbooks, but I really liked the design. And the back is just, do you like scary movies? Drew Barrymore on the inside only comes with a 4K disc. I already have it on Blu-ray, so no worries. Also, it has digital, of course, but it does have new special features on here, including a documentary, which I think is like 55 minutes long or something like that. It's supposed to be a really cool documentary. It also has a commentary by Wes Craven, a production featurette behind the scenes, and Q&A with the cast and crew, which I believe is just all carryover from before. I don't know. Did they do a Dolby Atmos track for this? My old ass can't read. I think it's just 5.1, but
I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get mine.
5.1. Never mind. But yeah,
I don't know what I'm gonna do to how to get one.
I was surprised I got it. I didn't even realize it had shipped when it showed up. I was like, it was a very big surprise because I wasn't expecting it till the 15th, like everybody else. I was lucky enough to get in an order at Best Buy for it because I knew that the Steelbooks had sold out.
I wish I would have pre-ordered from Best Buy now. My instincts was said to go pre-order from Best Buy, but I thought I'd go Amazon.
I go 99% of my Best Buy buying or Steelbook buying comes from Best Buy. Yeah, it's because they usually have the Steelbook exclusive.
Yeah, I should. And this was just an extra. I wasn't one of my picks, but this is the Scream 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, that's one I got. That's a great set. If you
this is a great set. I don't like Scream 4. I know you do, but I just can't stand Scream 4, so I don't own it, which is sad because I am a completist and I've been tempted to buy it, but I just know I'd never watch it.
That actually has a documentary that is not on this set.
Yes, this has Still Screaming and Scream the Inside Story.
Yep.
So
actually, 2 documentaries. My bad. Yes.
Yes.
And I believe one of them is actually feature length, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That's why this is called 5-film set. One's 93 minutes, one's 90 minutes.
Oh, so 2 feature length.
Yeah, they're both featuring.
The one is actually the inside story. I think was like an A&E
like biography type thing. Yeah. So, Mr. Plague Doctor says, hot take: Scream 5 is underrated.
We don't know yet.
Don't know yet. I haven't seen it.
Unless you're talking about Scream 4, which I wouldn't say it's underrated, but it's one of those movies that I say was much better than it had any fucking right to be.
I
can understand people who don't like it though. It's not the same as the other movies.
It's not. It's just not as good.
That's part of the reason I like it is because it was so different. It wasn't.
I'll be honest. The opening multiple kills took me out of the movie, and I get why they did. I completely understood why they were doing it, what they were going for, but it just kind of irritated me.
What brought me in was
what doesn't irritate you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm an old cranky man.
I totally agree with I get what he's saying because like a lot of the kids in that movie I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah, like
there was only a couple I cared about, and one of them was the chick with the short hair. She was all right.
Hayden Panettiere's character.
Yeah, and then a couple of the other kids were okay, but like there was the one kids that were just like trying to be too much like the other ones.
Yeah.
And I see that problem with this new movie plot potentially, but we'll see. Like, are they really bringing these new kids anymore? They're just Yeah.
I did not like it. The opening took me out of it, and I just see little 4'0" Emma Roberts slinging people around like she's got super strength, and like you're seeing. I mean, like you see Ghostface through the whole movie. And he looks like he's a 6 foot tall guy. And then when they do the reveal, both her and Macaulay Culkin's brother are about the same damn height. And they're like, all of a sudden, Ghostface shrinks and the outfit's way too big on him. It's just like, it just aggravated me. But I mean, I understand why I like it. I do like the ending, like you said, like we talked before, where Sydney was like, you know, the first rule is never, forget about the original.
Yeah, I liked how it commented on like the whole reboot craze of that time.
Yeah, so I mean, I liked the fight at the hospital and the ending, but a lot of the movie I just couldn't get into.
I really haven't watched it maybe but twice, so I can't say it's nearly as good as the others. But
yeah. But hey, that's just me. But that was a good pick, and I'm jealous because I've been I've honestly been racking my brain on how to try to get this.
Yeah, I feel bad because I did not expect to get it, but it looks like it's going to be a tough one to get your hand. Here's my thing: I think it's just because it's so rare to get your hands on it right now.
Yeah.
Come 2-3 weeks from now, when it's probably out there, then it probably won't be such a big deal.
Yeah.
It sounds like there was just probably a delay with the main version. It sounds like, but I mean, I've seen some reviewers get it already. I've not seen one in the wild yet, but as far as I heard, that like Best Buy and other places didn't get their shipment last week, so I have no idea.
Because like you said, I should have pre-ordered from Best Buy. That was my first mistake. I don't know why I did Amazon. I just did Amazon, and so I went out to my Best Buy and looked on the little rack that they have, and it wasn't there. And I asked the lady, and she said, she looked it up on a thing and was like, "Is this what you're looking for?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, we didn't get it." So I was like, "Oh, so
maybe they just got a small shipment of them, and I got lucky that I pre-ordered it right away."
Yeah. So, but hey, it is what it is, and it happens. But I'll probably get it. So, but that's a good one. It's a good one. I actually haven't watched the first Scream in a while, so I'm gonna be watching it for this Halloween.
I wish I watched it so I could actually comment on the quality. But I did not get a chance to yet. So hopefully I will, and I'll let you guys know next week.
Yeah, let me know, because I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I have not watched the first Scream movie. Was like one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I watched that movie like so many damn times, and it's actually been a good amount of years since I've seen the first one. So I was really looking forward to it. So, but I'll probably just pop in my Blu-ray and watch it this weekend. But for my next pick, it was one that Tom mentioned in his list that he got from Scream Factory, Night of the Demons. Hey. Angela's throwing a party, and Jason and Freddy are too scared to come, but you'll have a hell of a time. If you have not seen this movie, this is a quintessential Halloween watch. Trust me, it takes place on Halloween in a haunted house. With it's sort of Evil Dead-esque and really bad, really campy. It's just really good. It's just a really great horror flick for Halloween. Trust me, if you've not seen this, you really want to see this. It's a good one. And Linnea Quigley's in it, so you get some good stuff there. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it from when I was a kid, but it's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's really cheesy. It's really campy, but it's not. That comes with Blu-ray DVD there. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I really enjoyed it. And, it's, I don't know, it's very 80s. It's a good one. So if you're not seeing it, check it out. It's a good Halloween watch. But there you go.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's got a good picture too. So that's a really good transfer of this.
I probably won't see it in like another, I don't know, maybe like 5 or more than that years. I don't know. I'll get to it at some point.
He'll never watch it, probably.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, more than likely.
You should watch it, though, Runner. You may like this one.
Yeah, well, you should watch some other movies that I recommended to you.
I should, but much like you, I'll probably never get to them.
People don't have time to be sitting through 5 hours of the fucking Justice League.
Hey, I would love a 5-hour cut of that, but everyone has seen that movie at this point.
I've never seen the second one, Mr. Blake Doctor.
There was a second one. Yeah.
There's actually 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've not seen that or the remake. So I have to look into it. Yeah. I know the remake stars the chick from Freddy vs. Jason and the chick from American Pie.
That could be many.
The one that he the foreign chick.
Oh,
Shannon Elizabeth.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Edward Furlong, he's in it too. So yeah, but yeah, if you got that, check it out. It's a good Halloween watch. And yeah, Glisner, you're right. Any movie with Linnea Quigley in the 80s, even if it wasn't made in the 80s. Yeah. But Runner, what do you got for us for your third pick?
Okay. It's another fairly recent movie. FanZcene probably hasn't seen this. Maybe he has. This is the first movie to a sequel that came out in theaters recently, and that is Venom on 4K.
I've seen Venom. I've seen the first one.
Yeah, I assumed you would. It was just fairly recent, and I'm making that whole joke where because you keep telling me like, oh, like some of the most recent stuff I just haven't watched. So I was like,
it's true, but you're picking out some ones that I actually recent ones I have seen. So
did you see the new one?
I have not seen the new one. I'm probably going to give it a wait personally.
I don't think it's. I don't. Yeah, it's not like worth watching it in the theater. I
You
think
saw it,
like
Runner?
yeah, I saw it in the theater.
I liked it, but it was
It
I've
was
heard conflicting things about it, but I will make up my own mind when I see
it was
it.
all right. I enjoyed the first one a lot more than the second, in all honesty.
I don't know which one I like better because I don't really remember much from the first one, and then I saw the second one. I'm just like, yeah, it was a movie.
I don't know, because the thing is with the second one is like one of my problems is it kind of felt almost like the first one in a way. Like it's almost like the same movie. Um, I really wanted Carnage to be really good just because Woody Harrelson was playing the character. I don't know, Carnage was pretty weak in my opinion. But yeah, I liked Riot more in the first movie as a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think he was like a great villain, but like I mean, Tom Hardy's like the best part of both of those movies.
Huh. Well, I will once I get a chance to see it. I will. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But I
I
was.
got the Japanese import of that Blu-ray.
Did you?
Yeah, because it's the only way you can get the
And,
3D version.
Wait, Greg, did you get?
Yeah.
Did someone spoil the end credits for the second movie?
Yes, I have been spoiled on the end credits.
Yeah.
Of that movie. Yes.
Yeah. So technically, this movie is MCU-ish now, even though it doesn't feel like one, but it's part of that universe.
The way
now.
I'm feeling is they probably might have erased some of that and what happened in the second movie with that in credit.
I mean,
depending on what they do in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. Like, it's like you're seeing Tom Hardy as Venom like a second time this year. I mean, that's cool. I like Tom Hardy as Venom. I don't see him going up against Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but that's just me personally. I mean, better than Topher Grace, that's for sure.
I like the character of Venom. I like Tom Hardy. I didn't quite feel Eddie Brock from him in the first one, which I do. I do own the first one on 4K. I do have that 4K disc that you showed up, and I did like the first one. The second one, though, it just I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I didn't feel like I needed to rush out to see it. Is what it felt like.
No,
I plan on seeing it, but it just didn't feel like a rush to see it.
No, I mean,
but that was just me.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I really wanted to like the second one as much as I did. It didn't impress me a whole lot.
Did Kevin Feige say he didn't like this version of Venom? He said that's what Mr. Plegduck said. He's a liar. Then Glesner says MC Jewish. Whoa.
Wait, he said that? He didn't like this version of Venom?
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
I don't remember him saying that.
I don't, because I don't remember that either.
But
I think he helped on the first one.
I was going to say he's helped on both of them. In fact, the rumor is he edited that movie, or at least came in and re-edited it.
Oh.
Which one? The first or the second?
The first one.
First one.
Oh, I was gonna say because the editing in the second one is just weird. Like you can tell, like this movie was like they cut out some things to make it shorter.
First one, yeah, it was shot like an R-rated movie too. On top of it,
yeah,
you can tell.
No, I'm talking about the second one specifically. Like the editing.
I don't know.
Like the editing felt choppy as fuck. It wasn't like bad, but like you can tell the movie was like supposed to be longer than what it was.
But I'll let you know when I see it.
I was gonna say you might stuff like that you might notice, Greg, when you watch the movie.
I will, because I do plan on watching it. I mean, because I like the character of Venom, but I don't know. The second one, just the trailers. I didn't like the jokes.
No, the trailers don't really do it justice.
Yeah,
it's
but
kind of
I'll
like,
check it out.
I mean, it was kind of like the Suicide Squad trailers for me, like James Gunn. It was like it felt like it just.
The Suicide Squad trailers hooked me immediately for James Gunn. So
not
grabbed
so
me right
much.
in because I love, like Tom and said, I'm a fan of James Gunn's, and even
I mean, I like James Gunn, like his movies, but like
I should have brought Slither. I didn't even think about that.
I actually haven't seen that one yet.
It's a good one.
I've heard it's good, but no, because the trailers, like especially the first one, just felt like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, I don't want that in a Suicide Squad movie. I don't.
Isn't it funny? I didn't feel that at all. I thought it was very different when I saw the trailers.
Well, no, when I watched the movie, it's like, no, this isn't so much Guardians as I thought it would be, because that's what I was worried with. Because the jokes just did not land in the trailer, especially the whole dynamic between Peacemaker and Bloodsport, the whole dick thing. That was just dumb. Like, I'm like, because like that's partially my problem with some of James Gunn's humor, is it carries on too long. That was my biggest problem with Guardians too.
Well, I enjoyed Guardians too. I thought it was actually a really good sequel.
I know some.
I didn't have problems with it.
I know some people like it. I didn't as much. The first one is far superior.
I don't know. I think they're both pretty good. I think they're both on the same level.
No. The first one is.
I'm just saying.
The first one's way better.
But Tom, what do you got for your next pick?
Well, this next group of things I'm going to split up over 2 sessions here.
Okay.
I think, because I got so many of them. All right, how am I going to do this here? Let me see. I basically brought up the remnants of my Halloween collection. So we're going to start with, let's see here. Well, you know what? I'll save those for later. Let's do it like this. All right. Of course, we have my Steelbook of Halloween 2018.
It's funny you should bring that up. That might be one of my picks.
You can see on the back is a pumpkin. That would be the Best Buy Steelbook. There was a couple of them, actually. And then we have, whoops, that meant to go over here. A couple of movies here that I think are interesting. This would be the documentary Halloween 25 Years of Terror, which is it was almost like a precursor to like the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary and the Crystal Lake documentary. This one's only that. Yeah, you do have that? All right. So it's only like 90 minutes, but it's pretty good. I don't even know if it's available anymore.
Yeah. I always thought
like 4 hours of features altogether on it.
Yeah, it's got some really good stuff in it. And I always thought it was funny that they had a competition for someone to be in the next Halloween movie. And of course, the girl that flashes her boobs in the documentary is the one they pick.
Right? I noticed that.
So that one, that's always stuck in my head. But yeah, it is a really good documentary.
Boy, I don't even know how. I should probably just do these 2 then. And then I have just, oh shit. Dropping shit everywhere. I got so much right here. Of course, we've got the original Halloween box set.
Oh, that's one I've wanted so bad to get.
Which, of course, contains Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, H2O, Resurrection, and the unrated cuts of Halloween and Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie.
I wish they would put out as much as I hate the Rob Zombie movies, I would like the theatrical cut of the first one at least.
There's the theatrical cuts. I had it imported from Canada on Alliance, but it's still Region 1. But that is just the theatrical editions of both of those. So that completes that set. And then, just as an also rand, I have this triple feature that has H2O, Curse of Michael Myers, Resurrection. The version of H2O that's on here is the open matte version. So it actually has more picture on the top and bottom than the 235 crop.
Cool.
That's the only reason I bought it, because it was dirt cheap.
Yeah, that's only like $5.
Like a rare also kind of like, wow, cool. So that was that part. I'm going to leave the rest for the next part. So yeah, I had the Halloween collection, and then I had 25 Years of Terror and the 2018 film.
Well, since before we get on, because I did bring
might as well just have some Halloween talk for a while.
Yeah, there you go. I brought
one of the other Steelbooks. There you go.
Yeah, that's the second one, the McFarlane Steelbook from Halloween 2018. And then it's got Lori here, and then when I move these, it's got Michael.
Yeah, I like the inside of that one. Now, was that the one that was a Target exclusive? Or
no, this was Best Buy too. This was the second Best Buy exclusive.
Oh, so they had 2 exclusives. Okay.
Yes, it had, yeah. See Michael, and if you can see
I like
it.
that inside. I wish that's the inside that was on mine. Or I would have loved one with the cover on the outside like that. See, mine just has Lori on the inside with the gun.
Yeah.
So it kind of wastes the other side of the... like there's nothing on the other side.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't buy that one. I like the cover of that one.
Yeah, I like the cover on this one.
That I liked it better than the cover of this one here. But I didn't like the back of it and the inside of it, so I didn't go for that. I went for this one.
Yeah, see, I'd rather have the inside of that on the outside, though.
Yeah, I'd rather have the inside of this and the cover of yours right here.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But it's a good one. It's drawn by McFarlane. The cover is.
Yeah, I didn't know he did it, but I've seen that cover before. I didn't know it was a Steelbook though.
Yeah,
or a Best Buy one. I mean,
you see, it's signature McFarlane.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I got the paper. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Best Buy because that's where I bought it, and I'm pretty sure it's their second exclusive. But yeah, that's I liked Halloween 2018. Halloween Kills, I did like, but I didn't think it was a really particularly great movie.
Which is funny because actually watching Halloween Kills, I enjoyed it, and it made me appreciate the last film more.
I will say that
actually helped with some of the problems I had in the last film.
See, I was gonna say, I've heard mixed things about that movie.
It does have a horrible script. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
The script is fucking horrid.
It's bad, and it kind of takes itself a little too seriously.
Yes,
with certain messaging in it and other stuff.
I liked about it. It was kind of like it felt like an old bad horror movie.
Yeah, I will agree.
That's
I will
what
agree
I
with you
liked about
that.
it.
100%. Yes, 100%.
And because of them explaining the problem of the doctor in the last movie.
Yeah,
like I was just able to
yeah,
explain so much more. Like, because I couldn't understand half of the shit that was going on. Like, because his part didn't make any sense. But it's like thinking back on it and the way they explain it in this movie, it's like, okay, so he was the one who was actually obsessed all around, which I got that in the first place, but it was like, like I kind of basically answered my own question or the whole reason with it just for some reason them acknowledging it made it better, I guess. I don't know how that
I get. Yeah, I get that. See, that's what I agree with you on that too, because I know you had problems with the 2018. You didn't like it as much, but I really liked that first one. But then I agree with you. The explanation and the stuff they give you on the backstory that fills in with that you missed out in the first one definitely works in that movie's favor. The flashbacks are amazing.
Yeah.
In Halloween Kills, I love the flashbacks. I just thought maybe they were a little out of place in where they placed them.
Maybe because a lot of people were griping that it drags down the first half.
Yeah,
I was surprised to see a lot of that stuff early on.
Yeah, me too. I kind of think they should have started with them driving away from the house and Michael killing all them, and then go into the flashbacks a little later. But I mean, once I've watched it twice now, so yeah, I have a better appreciation for it. The second time, I
gotta watch it again. But
yeah, I've watched it twice now. And I like it, but it's I don't think it's as good as 2018. The hospital scene, I can't stand that fucking hospital scene.
It does get a little like it does have this problem of like we've seen a lot of this shit before.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you go, and again, that was a new problem. Here was like, okay, we've seen so much of this before. Why are we doing this again? I mean, I get it, but this movie, you're right. This movie did feel like a lot of fan service.
Yeah.
Fans of Halloween 2 particularly will either love or hate this one for the same reasons.
Right.
That's the problem. Like I loved it because of the callbacks and it felt like it. And I've also had to just kind of like in the middle of this movie, I just kind of had this epiphany. I'm just kind of like, okay, this is like a streaming series now or a Marvel movie, right? Like you can't just watch this movie and take it as its own. And kind of the original Halloween 2 is like that.
Yeah, which I liked. I like that.
I mean, yeah, it's like at that point it kind of clicked to me. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait and see what they're gonna do with this whole thing before I could, judge it as a whole yet. but I don't mind this whole choose your own adventure thing at this point with Halloween.
Me either. I actually
What
like
else are we
the
gonna
fact
do,
that-
right?
Yeah, I like the fact that you can start with one and go in all kinds of different directions. So honestly, I think that's really cool, and I think that's very unique for this franchise. And yeah, like I would like Deleted Scene says, Halloween Kills had its moments, but it didn't do much for me on the whole. C minus. I mean, the thing is, like you,
That's
Tom, I
better
feel
when he
like
said his night of his review. He's lightened up a little on it.
yeah. After because I when I did my review, I only seen it one time, but I've seen it a second time, and
I can't remember. I think I watched part of your review, or I watched your review. But
yeah,
I don't
check it
think
out.
you were too
Check out my
harsh on
review,
it.
anybody, if you want to see it. But yeah,
I'll
after
watch it
watching
when
it
I
a
watch
second,
the movie.
yeah, after watching it a second time, I think I appreciate it a little more. I do feel like it's one of the, like you said, I feel like it's a bad horror movie, but it's one of those good bad horror movies.
It felt more like a movie from like the 80s than we've had in a long time.
Yes.
And bad dialogue included, right?
Yes.
Like,
And
I guess maybe that was part of its charm for me.
And I absolutely love the score. I'm buying that album.
It's a decent score. It's not
yeah,
as good
I
as the
love the
last
score.
one, but it's
It's
good.
not as good as the last one, but there are some like moments where the score that I was like, this is awesome.
In fact, I'm curious how much of it is actually just reused from the last one, but I could be wrong.
Right.
I do have both of them. I just haven't listened to I did listen to them, but I couldn't. They're so synonymous with the two of them. They like almost feel like the same, like part of the same album. Like
Yeah.
you're just going to continue because the music is very consistent. That's for sure.
Yes, very consistent. But like you said, it did feel like an 80s slasher horror flick, which I really enjoyed, really loved. I think
I did like that they backed off on Michael's powers a little bit too, outside of him getting shot.
Yeah, I did like that, and I know some people aren't a fan of the ending, but I actually really liked the ending. That was like one of the things I really liked.
I'm of two minds on the ending. Because I heard about the deleted version, and I'm like, yeah, it's a little better, but the version we should have got is the one that Mike Joseph brought up, the guy who's usually on this with us.
Yes,
because he was on our review with us, and he said the ending should have been, and I agree with him. It should have been the daughter coming out and stopping the mob from killing Michael, repeating the same mistake that the sheriff did.
True. Yeah,
and then that would have set up the next sequel, and then you would have had, and that would also helped with the time jump.
Yeah,
because now they've got to. Because originally, I think the reason they changed the ending, it was supposed to pick right up after the other, but then they didn't get to film part 3 right away.
Yeah, because
to me, it makes no sense to pick up there because you got Lori who's half fucking dead, you got her granddaughter who's got a broken ankle. You know, and now of course we know the other you know, his daughter's dead too, but like, it's like there's nobody fucking left to do anything. And the sheriff's also bunged up in the fucking hospital. We don't know. We think Tommy's probably dead. I mean, and Lindsay's like the only one. Like I was hoping that Lindsay, Tommy, and her would make it, and it would be the trio going after him. You know, recreating that night in a way, but just the three of them going after him.
That would have been cool. Like
we noticed, we noticed in this movie there's a lot of mirrors, right? Like a lot of things that are mirrored.
Yeah, people
looking at their reflections. The whole idea of Michael looking, because like he gets the idea maybe he wasn't looking outside, he was looking at himself.
Yeah.
And that's where I was thinking, okay, the next movie's clearly going to flip the tables, and it's going to be them stalking Michael this time. So that would have made sense to kind of like have.
I think that would have been really good too.
But you know, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm kind of hearing about all the stuff they're talking about doing, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I did hear something about the pandemic and politics.
And the oddball time
other
jump,
stuff.
I heard 4-year time jump. Why 4 years? 4 is odd.
Oh, because they're setting it in
5s.
Modern times.
Well, yeah, but Michael usually goes in 5s.
That's true. That is true, though. Yeah, you're right.
Even though this is only technically the second time he's ever come out, why would he just randomly pick 4 years later? That makes no sense.
You would think they would do 5. But speaking of 5 real quick, before we get back to this, we got a $5 super chat from Glizner. He says, fave packaging, Universal Monsters Collection coffin box. That is cool packaging. Least favorite, H.G. Lewis Feast by Arrow. It's too big. Your guys' picks.
I don't know if I've ever seen that coffin box.
I've seen the coffin box, but I've never seen the H.G. Lewis Feast by Arrow. But yeah, I've seen the coffin box. Coffin box looks cool. It's like it's an older one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite packaging. God. I've got a lot more least favorite packaging than I do favorite packaging, unfortunately. Frankly, I'm just a fan of the standard, just regular case. You know what I mean?
Me too. If it's got a really good slip cover,
slip cover or the nice hard slip covers like they did for the Halloween collection this time around. I don't mind those. I like the ones that are in the bigger bookcases too if they have goodies. You know, like those don't bother me as long as they're not like overly obnoxious. But like I like, you know, these kind of box sets to me that make them more uniformed.
Yeah, I like that. I like my Jason packets like that.
Exactly. The Jason one is a lot like this. It's got a nice hard box to it, and then the movies, of course, look all uniformed on the side nicely. And of course, you know, okay, you know, you just, you know, then you get the nice art and stuff. That's the book. But,
yeah, I like that.
You know
what
I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something. I'm with you. That like my Jason
and honestly, I love this art so much better than the new art we got.
It's so good
compared.
I know that new art is so bad.
The new art is horrible.
It's horrible. But yeah, like you, it's like you like
bought those posters, but anyway.
that's one reason I didn't like get them the pre-orders from them, and I'm buying them randomly because I didn't even want the posters of that. But yeah, I agree with you. Like that box set, like the Jason, the Critters, my Fly box set, I like that. I like my Superman, like I showed on here, the steel thing with all the Superman movies. That I like that packaging. I like my Lord of the Rings. I haven't got the 4K yet, but I like my Lord of the Rings extended edition packaging with like the little flip thing that opens up. I like that. And of course, I like if it's like sort of designed like a VHS.
Yeah, I don't mind as long as it's got a standard type of case.
Yeah.
Like that's where I say I'm not a big fan of the Steelbooks because if something were to happen, and that's the thing, Steelbooks get damaged so easily, even in shipping, right?
Right.
I'm fortunate
that I've got a couple that's been bent. Yeah.
Exactly. And so if something happens to this and these scratch so easy on top of bending so easy, like if something happens to this, I got to make a whole new cover to replace it, right?
Yeah,
right.
my Jaws Steelbook for 4K, it can't even close.
I didn't even know they did a Jaws 4K Steelbook.
I got it at Target. It was an exclusive. It was I forgot what anniversary it was, like I don't know. It was for an anniversary thing. It was like a limited thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. But anyways,
we'll have to show it one of these days when we talk about
Runner.
No, I did.
I think it was the first night.
Yeah.
I don't think you were here, Tom.
I don't think I was here. That's
why. It was like the very first show.
No. It was not the first show Tom was here. I remember.
Are you sure?
No, I remember when I showed it, you were like, "Oh, nice." I remember that. No, you were there. I'm pretty sure. You had to have been there.
I don't remember.
I don't ever remember.
But like I said, I have.
I've never seen that blue. That
yeah, I don't think you. I don't remember because
I don't like it, so I would never have bought it.
All right, this one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at right now. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't think Tom was here when you showed that.
I don't think I was.
Nah, bullshit. Tom was here. I'm still.
But anyways, to end on the Halloween.
I don't know.
maybe. To end on the Halloween Kills, I have softened on it after a second viewing. I do like it. I do like the movie, and it's just a few. Honestly, it's really just a few things that irritate me. Mostly the hospital scene when they're chasing the mental hospital and everything, and the lack of Lori, personally. But yeah, I thought the flashbacks was what really sold that movie personally, and I didn't mind him being a little bit of an unstoppable killing machine at points. So even though to me, Michael Myers, especially since with the first one that John Carpenter set up, is more about suspense about where is he going to come from, how's he going to do it, not so much gore and stuff. But I dug where they're going. So we'll see. We'll see how the third one pans out. But any final thoughts on it? I know, Runner, you haven't seen it. Any final thoughts on that before we move to you, Runner? Tom, Runner, anything?
Oh yeah, no. This is what I was gonna ask because I haven't seen the movie. I did plan on it just because like I was like, I want to watch the other Halloween movies before I watch that, just so I kind of like know what I'm getting into.
All you really need to do for those for 2018 and the new one is just watch the first one.
Yeah, that's what I've heard you say, and I've heard other people recommend like watch the first one, then 1 through 5, and then rewatch the first one, then watch 2018, then rewatch the first, and then Kills.
No.
It's like, no, you don't need to do it. It's like Tommy said, it's a choose your own adventure. You can literally start with the first movie and go in any direction you want.
Yeah, but
you don't really need to have seen the other ones.
I understand that, but but here's the thing, Greg. I want to see the other ones. Like I want to see the older ones just because.
Well, you have a couple different choices. You can go Halloween 2 and then H2O, or you can go Halloween 2, 4, 5, 6, or you can go Halloween 1 and then the 2 new ones.
Yeah,
that's kind of the choose your own adventure at that point. And then Resurrection goes off of H2O, but that's not highly recommended.
That is, I know a lot of people give 5 crap, but I really think Resurrection is the worst.
I like Resurrection more than 5 simply because after the Lori scene, it's not that bad of a movie.
Right? It's a decent slasher.
It's a serviceable movie for a 7th goddamn flick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Busta Rhymes would come in to save the day.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm with you, Liz, there. I really just skip Resurrection. I know people don't like 5, but I would rather watch 5 over Resurrection. I love 4 though. 1, 2, and 4 and 3 are my favorites.
I don't really like 4 all that. I mean, it's okay.
I get it though.
To me, it was just never one that was all. See, now here's what pisses me off. I see Zabi's got the Steelbooks of Jaws, all 4 of them with the original poster art. That I want.
Not the one I have.
But the first 2 are sold out. I mean, I kind of like the part of your design where it's got the girl on the back, but I don't like the shark on the front. It looks weird.
Yeah, I get that, but
I don't like the shark that's on the 4K cover either, though. I like the one they had on the 35th anniversary, where they went right back to the original poster art. In fact, I might switch out my fucking slipcase for the other. I don't know yet.
But there it is. But seriously, Renner, I think you'll enjoy them. 1 and 2 are probably the best. I personally like 4. I think it's something to do with the feel of the movie.
4's not bad. I mean, it's got a lot of Loomis in it.
Yeah, like I said, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are my favorite Halloween.
And the ending sets the rest of the movies off on a bad fucking.
Yes, that is true. That is probably the worst thing about 4 is the ending, because you think they're going to go in one direction, and then of course they can't, because some fans of the movie have become connected to certain characters and stuff. So, because I don't want to spoil it for Runner.
It was pure stupidity.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. All right.
But I personally like 4.
I was gonna say like you can spoil it to me, but at the same time, I guess not.
5 though has 5 does have its moments, but I hate that one character so much. Tina, yes, I can't fucking stand. She is the Jar Jar Binks of horror movies.
Yeah, she's bad.
She's bad. But she is. She is the Jar Jar Binks. She's worse than anybody. She's worse than Crispin Glover in Friday the 13th Part 4.
Damn, that's bad.
She's worse than all of these.
But I like Crispin Glover.
Yeah, I know he's on the higher end. But like, no, like you put all the worst characters you ever had in a horror movie. It's Tina.
Yeah,
like, in that
Tina's
movie,
bad.
It's the worst ever.
And it's so many fake outs from that one guy.
So fucking annoying.
And it's bad. It's bad. And Part 6, I personally, after growing attached to certain,
I've heard a lot of
character,
that was bad.
Yeah, you know what I found out? I think why Part 5 was so horrible.
Why?
It's because I believe the director was fucking her. From what I heard,
that makes sense. And plus, he was French.
He was letting her do whatever the fuck she want in any scene, getting her as much screen time as possible.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then, like what I said with Part 6, where Paul Rudd comes in, if you've become connected to a certain character in the Part 4 and 5, the beginning is annoying. It pisses you off a little bit, but once you really get past that, it's really not too
I don't
bad.
really hate 6. I don't.
Yeah, I don't really hate 6. I like
And
Paul
in
Rudd
fact,
in it.
I think I actually probably like the theatrical cut better.
Oh yeah, I got the producer's cut, but it's not as good as the
It's
theatrical
a slog.
cut. Yeah, it is.
It has so many it's fun just for the fucked upicity of it. Like, for the turn, just to have it as kind of like an experimental thing, like. But no, in fact, even though Alan Howarth hates it, I actually kind of like the music in the theatrical version a little better too. I kind of like the little heavy metal bent to it.
Yeah, I thought it was
didn't
pretty cool.
bother me because it needed something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I liked it.
The same music over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And it made Howarth walk away from the series because they fucked with his music so much. But I kind of like the electric guitar theme.
So did I kind of like it. It's like it wasn't too bad. Darth Malak says, "I thought it was."
Oh,
great
was it Nicotero? I knew it was somebody she was doing. Maybe she was doing all of them for all we know.
That's probably how she got into it.
That's what. Yeah, that's basically what I heard she was doing. I thought it was the director, but maybe it was one of them. Doesn't matter. She was doing somebody. Got into every bit of it she could. Ugh.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, the Myers cult, the cult of the Thorn, and the Man in Black. Yeah, they're bizarre and kind of.
Well, they kind of
leave this
solve
series
it in
down
part 6, actually.
Yeah,
but then they don't. It's like,
yeah. But that gives you something to look forward to, Runner.
Nothing.
But I
not
was
a goddamn thing.
I like it though. I'm definitely interested to see where Halloween Ends goes because.
You know what? Actually,
I've softened a little bit after watching that.
All the ones we mentioned, they're not nearly as bad as H2.
No. Rob Zombie's. Oh my god.
None of them.
I was gonna say, what about Rob Zombies?
Those are the
worst. If that's up there with like the worst movies of all time.
Yes, they're. I mean, the first one, as much as I fucking hate that first one, it's got some good stuff in it.
Kid saves that movie with fucking Roddy McDowall. Like, if that movie was just those two.
See, that's what I would like to have seen.
It'd have been a different movie.
Take out all the shit about him and his parents and the shit he went through because that explains. I totally get. Oh, yeah, that kid's going to be a fucking serial killer, period. But if you go straight to maybe right after he kills his sister into like Roddy McDowall and why am I saying Roddy McDowall? Malcolm McDowall.
I do it myself. Don't feel.
Yeah, if you go right into Malcolm McDowall and him in the hospital for most of the chunk of the movie, and maybe him trying to reach him and stuff. Now that's a movie.
Yeah, and setting up like a future of like other things, but like because like that's what I loved about this. Malcolm made sure he never watched the original.
Yes, so his Loomis is very different, which it helps his performance.
And the same thing with Michael. Michael's very different, and I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily I don't like the whole hillbilly family bit.
Yeah,
but there's certain parts of that first bit I do like that first kill and stuff was really, in your face, and just if you felt it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you there.
And to me, it was almost like you kind of needed that because you're getting that. It just seemed to work with the movie so well. I mean, maybe if you even started it between there and then like lead it up to that night, but like, yeah, I agree. Like the problem with the zombie movie was what made Michael scary is he came from a normal, everyday Midwest family and nobody could explain why he did what he did. Right. Like it was just a turn of events that just it made this kid just went like nuts. So like that's kind of what they needed to do is you needed to show like this sweet innocent child all of a sudden just take a turn for the worse for no good reason,
right? And
then just turn inward, and that's what that should have been, is that story of that decay of Michael going deeper and deeper and deeper into himself. And that would have been an interesting kind of story and concept to set up for a future new Michael Myers. But you didn't have to do the same damn thing, right? Like you could have just done. I agree. New.
I mean, like he was saying, like Rob Zombie has said, the reason he likes part 2 so much better than part 1 is because he didn't have to be held to what came before it. He could do whatever he wanted, and boy,
No
God,
one
did
said he had
fuck
to do
that
that
up.
in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. If he would have, I think if, like you said, if you would have focused on that, you could have seen like this relationship between Loomis and Michael grow, and you could have, the kid into adulthood,
And you could have had
and that
plenty
could
of
have been a
kills.
movie. Yeah,
You could have had the
could
kid
have
killing
killed all
people. Like
kinds
he
of
kills
people.
like what, 3 people before he even gets out of the sanitarium?
Yeah, he kills like Danny Trejo. Did he kill the chick?
He kills that one nurse lady with the fork.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the knife or
So
whatever it was
he
he got
killed
his
it.
hands on. I think
I
it was a
mean,
fork.
you could have actually led that movie up to the night he escapes, and he could have. I mean, that could have been like the whole killing spree.
Well, the end could have just been when he quit talking altogether.
Yeah, or
Right, like
that too.
you just kind of slowly lead up to this ending where, because like you have these scenes where it's just kind of like, you go months and months and months, and it's like, and then he just won't talk no more, and it's just, by the end of the movie, it's just Loomis talking to himself, basically, and so like you spend like the last 20 minutes of it just Loomis realizing that this guy's gone,
Right.
and then like you said, just set it up like he's just looking out that window waiting for that night, just like Loomis said, he was just standing there staring, waiting, watching for this night tonight, and you just set it up for that night.
See, now that's movie.
And then you do a whole new story. You don't have to do the whole fucking same thing again.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
you could
beauty
have
of
took it off into a different direction, like a sequel. His sequel could have been him escaping, and then maybe you have Lori, maybe you don't. Maybe it's something different. Maybe he stalks other babysitters or something.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be Lori per se. You just have something new and different. And I would have been fine with that. Because there's aspects, and no, Tyrell, it was the first movie has good moments.
It does. It does.
And it is an interesting take. And I do give him credit for trying to do something different. But the problem is that last half falls right into being the exact same fucking movie, almost word for word. And you get to a point where you're just like, what is he trying to do here? I mean, the first half of this movie felt like, the true crime story of Michael Myers. And now we're just watching somebody doing a remake of the original with less likable actors other than what's her face who played Jamie, right?
Yeah, Danielle Harris.
Danielle Harris, and all of them are way too fucking old. They're all in their fucking 30s. And the one chick, you cannot hide it.
I know, especially when that one gets completely naked. You're like, there's no way this chick's a teenager.
Her boobs are on Social Security, for fuck's
sake. Exactly. It's like, you're trying to tell me this girl's 17 years old? She looks like she's 35.
No, and as far as part 2 goes, that it was a quadruple piss off, right? Because first of all, they tease you by making you think it's going to be almost like the original part 2. And then you realize, no, that was just a fucking dream. Then, besides that, the way they killed Michael in both versions at the end, it's like, how the fuck is he still alive? Got half of his fucking head blown off.
Right.
But he's still alive. The only part I liked about part 2 was that they actually showed Lori in a position that somebody who had gone through that kind of trauma really would act. And that was something we never really got to see from Lori in the other versions. Right. And her being in college and stuff like that was stuff that Tommy Lee Wallace said he wished they actually would have done for the sequel. Because he said if he would have signed on to part 2, if it would have been more like H2O. Like he thought it should have been like 4 or 5 years later, and now Lori's at college and Michael comes stalking her at college, and that would have been his idea for a sequel. But instead, they wanted to do the same night. He's like, I don't want to do the same night. And then he read the script, and he's like, all this is just fucking gore from one end to the other. And it's like, I don't want to make a Friday the 13th ripoff. That's not what Halloween's all about. He's like, fuck that noise. And he said, thanks, but no thanks. And it was a big movie. He should have, really, and in hindsight, look what he did. He made Halloween 3, and that was reviled at the time. And it was like, anyway. Which
is actually a good movie. So, Runner, when you do, if you do watch them, I would
watch
say
Halloween 3 first without watching the other one.
Yeah, that's actually smart. Yeah, watch Halloween because they don't have. There's literally no connection.
It don't matter. In fact, you're better off not, because then you'll have no expectations going into Halloween 3.
Right. Halloween 3 has nothing to do with Michael Myers.
Yeah, just know that it has nothing to do with Michael Myers. It has nothing to do with the other films. I've
heard about that.
And it's a good movie, but people dump on it just because it was, at the time, it was a popular thing to dump on because Michael Myers isn't in it.
Yeah.
And it has no connection with the other movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll check them out at some point whenever I have the time.
You should do it for like a Halloween on your channel. do like a Halloween special next year or the year after. Do like you've watched this Halloween, this Halloween, this Halloween, and you can talk about them from somebody who has just seen them from, for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can do something with
Honestly,
you in
if
the
it
future,
wouldn't cost
Greg.
me as much to send you it as it would to probably buy it and have it sent to you on Amazon, I'd probably send you my part 3 because I have the the new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really not
I
bad.
would, but yeah, I'd
Yeah.
have to see what it is to buy by itself.
But okay, since we've went on the whole thing about Halloween, which hey was good. I like that. It was good because it's a Halloween episode. Like,
Well, there's more coming. That was
yeah.
just
So we'll
half.
got more too. So we'll save some more talk for then. But Runner, what's your? Is this the final pick of the night for
I think
you?
this was
Yeah.
Runner's finally.
Yeah, the final pick.
Yeah, I was very happy to find this 4K. I know Greg has this because he showed it in an episode before. This is a very good find. It's one of my favorite Keanu Reeves movies, and that is Speed.
Oh yes,
Good flip.
and that is really good 4K too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen I don't know a 4K TV, but I love that movie. So
I think the Blu-ray in there is off the 4K master, if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty good.
Oh.
I have to look. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure,
think-
but considering
but-
it's released now by Disney and not Fox proper, I believe it's the new version.
Yeah, and it's really good. If you ever get your 4K when you watch it, it's like, and it really helped. Like Tom and we said, it really helps that the movie was shot in daylight a lot because it is really crisp and really clear. It's just a great transfer.
nice.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. That's why I can't wait till. I hope to God we get Lethal Weapons soon.
Oh
The
yeah,
Lethal Weapon movies are very bright action movies because after the first one, they're almost all day shots,
right.
and
Yeah,
it helps brighten up a movie really for 4K.
yeah. I think like only in the first one, most of it, like the biggest, darkest one, they fight at the end of the movie.
Yeah, like a lot of it's at night at the end, and then there's some of part 2 at night as well. But like after that, they're all pretty bright. So
yeah, and plus that desert scene, that'll look good. Oh, you got me wanting some Lethal Weapons on 4K.
Well, I can't believe they're not already. I'm like,
I know that's like Warner Brothers. Where you
that's
at?
like a no-brainer, Warner. What the fuck? Like that should have been one of the first ones you put out. That's like no-brainers there at all. Like for some reason they were resistant to put the Blu-rays out even. For some reason on those. I think it was because of the whole Mel Gibson thing now. It's gotta be it because they've always probably been popular sellers. They didn't even put the director's cut on Blu-rays. I was pissed.
I know. I have the set with all four
I'm
of
stuck
them.
with the DVDs because of those, and I haven't watched them in years. But it's like I just can't get rid of them because it's the only way you have the director's cut.
Yeah.
And the first one's probably the least of them, but still.
Yeah. Come on, Warner. I mean, if you ever watch this, give us
and give us a director's cut of part 4. We never got a director's cut of part 4.
Yeah, give us that one too.
Or at least an extended cut, since sadly Richard Donner's passed. But yeah, unless he had an assembly cut or something.
True. It says I review William Dafoe, but Speed 2 was a bad
back
sequel.
to Speed. I've never seen Speed 2, but I love Speed 1.
I never seen Speed 2 either.
Speed 2 is bad. It's really bad. I've never seen it, but I've seen the trailer and bits and pieces. And I'm like, yeah, I can't even sit and watch this.
I'm trying to remember what was in theaters at the same time because I remember my mom went to go see. She wanted to go see Speed 2, but I didn't. I went to see something else. She went to see Speed 2, but I can't remember what it was I seen instead.
But yeah, Runner, you'll trust me when you get it. If you ever get a 4K TV, that is a really good 4K. It's a really good one. It's good transfer. It's bright. It's crisp. And to be honest, that movie holds up. And when you watch that movie, it takes you back to like how movies used to be before CGI and everything.
No, I think the first time I saw that was like my junior year of high school. So like not too long ago is when I saw it for the first time. So yeah.
Cool. But that's a good one. It's a good one, Runner. It's a good one. That just reminds me of like Tom showed Cliffhanger on here 4K, and I found it literally the next day for $5 at
the only
Big
thing
Lots.
The only thing that pisses me off about this is I found this at Best Buy. The freaking cover is like kind of like torn up to shit.
Oh, see,
Like,
mine didn't come with a slipcover, so I didn't get the slipcover.
Yeah, I wanted to get mine with a slipcover.
I got mine with a slipcover.
even though it's like kind of like
Bastards.
you
I
see-
noticed it was bent at the bottom.
Yeah, right there.
Or
Look at
ripped
that.
up there, yeah.
I hate that. It's got like a rip. I fucking hate that. But I wanted to get it because it was on a pretty cheap price.
But yeah, that's a good pickup. Good pickup, runner.
Yay.
Hey, you got good ones tonight. It just happens to fall on a night where
I
we're talking
know.
horror movies, but you got really good ones tonight.
No, I was so bummed. Like in the DMs, you were like let's try to pick at least like a couple horror movies. I'm like, fuck. Like I'm going through my collection. I'm like, damn it. I've already shown The Thing. I've shown my Evil Dead stuff. Fuck.
I half expected a Dawn of the Dead show up tonight.
No.
I brought it back again.
The only one I have is the remake, which is arguably the best one. I don't care what anyone says. It's my favorite.
Kick this motherfucker.
I had to say it.
You're not right, runner. You're not right.
I've never even watched the remake.
Of what?
Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, I've watched the
I'm not
remake
talking
of
about
Evil Dead.
I'm not talking about Evil Dead. I'm talking about Dawn of the Dead.
Oh well, either way, still kick him.
Oh
Yeah,
I've never seen the Evil Dead remake.
I've seen it. I will tell you this: it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Heard it's all right.
It's really not too bad.
Wait, so you
as
haven't
far
seen
as
it?
Remakes go, technically, it's not a remake.
I have it, but yeah, it's like a.
It's kind of like a sequel. It's kind of like a sequel set in the same thing.
I know Sam.
It gets
Raimi
very
liked it.
Craftian, like with the Necronomicon and the worlds. Well,
I've seen like clips of the remake and like, I mean, visually it looks great, and it does like pay some homage to like the original.
If you get a chance, Tom and Runner, seriously watch it because
I have it. I just never watched it.
It's really not as bad as you think it is. I thought it was a decent movie, and I can't believe they actually go as far as they do by the end of the movie, where they get at the end of that movie. So I kind of liked it for that reason.
No, I've heard a lot of people say like they were surprised how good that remake was, and I think like in an interview, Sam Raimi said he really liked the film.
Well, it sucks because I picked it up for like $3.99, so I bought it. I'm like, fuck it. And then like a couple weeks later, they released like an extended cut on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's not. I mean, the Bruce Campbell ones are superior in every way, but as far as like by the way, sort of sequel remake, it's not too bad, but it's not the greatest.
Our Army of Darkness is my favorite of like the trilogy.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Now I've heard some people say Evil Dead 2 is their favorite, which is great, but Army of Darkness is my favorite just because it really opens things up, and it's just fucking good.
It is good. That's actually the first one I saw.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. And then I really liked the first one. And
I mean even the score for Army of Darkness is just brilliant.
It is really good. But yeah, like
by the way,
Mr. Plague Doctor says here, he says the remake actually isn't bad for Evil Dead, and Tyrell says it's surprisingly good. It is actually surprisingly good. It's actually a decent flick. I wouldn't say it's hard talking about it because the Evil Dead movies are so good, and then I don't know if you really. This technically isn't a remake, and is it a
reboot?
No, technically it's like it's kind of like a sequel because there's like connections to the originals. So
that's weird.
But also before we move on here,
it's a reboot. Cool, I know the spoiler.
Yeah, it's a reboot. Cool, thing.
Like
but Aglizzer says Con Air and Face Off opened the same month as Speed 2.
I noticed that. I'm thinking if it wasn't Con Air, I went and seen instead. I think, or Jurassic World came out around that same time too.
Yeah. You mean Jurassic Park?
No, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
Came
the Lost World.
Or Jurassic
Oh,
Lost World, I meant. Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Jurassic World, but that movie came out around like.
The Lost World Jurassic Park.
Okay, I was gonna say like the Chris Pratt movies didn't come out till
Yeah.
I don't know.
Men in Black came out after that, though.
Dude,
I
I
remember seeing that. So.
dude, I was deeply pissed off I didn't see Jurassic World in the theater.
I didn't. I don't care.
I like the first Jurassic World.
I remember it
movie,
the
I
first
really
time
do.
when it's called Jurassic
And-
Park.
No, I mean Jurassic Park is obviously the best, without a doubt. And
No, but
this-
Jurassic World was The Force Awakens before The Force Awakens.
wait, Jurassic World?
Yes. Now I mean Jurassic World. It's the same fucking movie, same fucking plot, just on a bigger scale.
I know. I still enjoy it for what it is.
With magic whammon.
I did think the whole was it Claire running with her
I'm surprised
high
it was
heels
two
was
boys,
dumb
to
as
be
shit.
honest with you. That's
Huh?
what surprised me more than anything, that it was two boys and not two sisters.
That's true.
That's true. And I know a lot of people hate what is it, Fallen Kingdom? That's kind of a guilty pleasure.
Fallen Kingdom is not very good.
No, it for
Fallen Kingdom is dog shit on a cracker.
no. Listen, it is a bad movie.
It's not just bad, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's a bad movie, but I
can't
don't
even
know.
get into the whole it's bad, it's good shit, because it goes batshit crazy places, but it's a Jurassic movie. It's supposed to be at least somewhat fun, and it is worse than like a Corman movie, like by the plot. I mean, the effects are great,
Yeah,
but the plot is like something out of a fucking Corman dinosaur movie where he's reusing a bunch of footage from 12 other movies. Why the fuck is it set in a mansion?
yeah. I mean,
Dino Mansion.
You teased us, you motherfuckers. We were supposed to, like, you call it Jurassic World. They have yet to leave any kind of compound.
It's true.
And then you pin them in even more in a fucking house. It was like Home Alone with the fucking dinosaurs.
And then you get the clone girl.
Sorry, I was so pissed at that movie. And to make a long story short, this is why I'm pissed more than anything. Because I went to go see it opening night. They fucked up the theater. Instead of all of a sudden the movie's starting and it's like this 20th Century Fox logo is coming out and all this shit. And I was curious why the previews weren't in 3D, but I didn't question it. And they didn't even have the put your 3D glasses on now thing. All of a sudden, Deadpool 2 starts playing. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So they tell us all to go to this other theater. So we all go in and pile into this other theater, and all the other theater comes piling out here. And then they're like, oh, we're going to have you move back again. So they had us move back again. And by the time we got back into the other theater, I lost the decent seats, so I was pissed.
oh,
So I went
can't
back.
blame you.
Yeah, so I went back to the front. I'm like, you know what? This pisses me off. I drove all the way down here to see this fucking movie. It should have started an hour ago. My girlfriend is tired. We've been here all night. Can I just get a ticket to go see it tomorrow? Because this is bullshit. So they gave me a free pass to see it the next day. So I come see it the next day, and it was one of the worst fucking movies ever. I mean, two goddamn trips for one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. 2/3 of the way through the movie, I'm like, is this serious? Is somebody punking me? This cannot be a Jurassic Park movie. This is not real. This is not a real movie. Wait a minute. She's a fucking clone? What the fuck? Why are we still in the mansion?
but they set them free at the end. They're going to go
Shit.
worldwide now.
Why do I feel like I'm watching the whole shopping network with dinosaurs in a mansion? They said Jurassic World. I was promised dinosaurs running amok through the rest of the fucking country. That was it. I wanted to see a T-Rex go up against a dump truck, okay? That's what we wanted to fucking see. We did not want to see. We wanted to see. I don't give a shit if it was a 12-year-old driving that dump truck. It still would have been better than this thing.
oh my god!
The movie we were supposed to get was the last 20 minutes of Jurassic Park 2, right? Like that's what everybody wanted. They wanted dinosaurs running wild down a fucking city street, eating people and attacking people. and fucking up shit and destroying buildings. That's what people fucking want. What did we get? They're in a fucking mansion. These things couldn't even break themselves out of a. We're supposed to think these dinosaurs are supposed to be some dangerous fucking creatures. They're no better than a fucking elephant in a circus. My God, I just want to have fucking Dumbo next to him for fuck's sake. Where's the fucking gorilla cage? Because this is bullshit. What the fuck? And then fucking Opie Cunningham's daughter and fucking Star-Lord let him loose. That's the end of the fucking movie. Now you're gonna set us up for the movie, and it's your fault, you dumb shits. All the people are gonna get killed now because of you.
That's true.
Holy fuck!
I hate it.
That
I was ready to walk out of that fucking movie.
That, you know what? That rant just made me.
And why was it so dark? Why did it look like Zack Snyder came in and decided to do the color timing of that movie? Please, somebody tell me why Jurassic fucking World Fallen Kingdom looks like Zack Snyder directed it.
Whoa, what?
It is fucking the dingiest, colorless fucking Jurassic movie I've ever seen. The whole movie is at night in a fucking mansion.
Nothing ticked Zach's. Nothing in my mind like automatically ticked Zach's.
No color. It's all dark.
No,
okay?
but
that needs clipped. All that needs clipped. That was the greatest Tom rant of all time.
No, like okay. First of all,
yes.
One of the most expensive Jurassic Park movies of all time, and it takes place in a motherfucking mansion.
I'm not gonna lie. First of all, that rant just made me like that movie a whole lot.
And Jurassic World was already a prick tease because the best 7 minutes of the movie is the trailer. Like,
listen, like Fallen Kingdom. Listen, it is not a good movie whatsoever. Like, it's a bad movie, but it I don't know, for some reason I can't hate it.
I didn't hate Jurassic World, Glinzer. I actually liked Jurassic World for what it was. My only issue with Jurassic World was this. We don't need these fucking mutant dinosaurs. T-Rexes and Raptors are scary and cool enough. Right. I don't need an Indominus Rex or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, it was Indominus Rex.
Yeah,
actually, I like the concept.
They've already kind of done this, though. Like, this is... just give me the regular dinosaurs. I don't give a shit, because this is what we got. And I loved about Jurassic World. It was the movie that we've been promised since day one. A park full of people and dinosaurs going wild, eating a shit ton of people. We got that for 7 minutes, if that, in this movie. And the best scene is wasted on the one chick because we got to watch her go dangling for 10 minutes into the fucking big dinosaur's mouth.
Yeah. Right? That was an unnecessary death too.
A little bit, but it was like, you hate her.
Nah,
so
her character annoyed the piss out of me.
She was basically the lawyer in the first movie.
Pretty much.
No, I mean, I don't hate Jurassic World. Jurassic World was serviceable. It was, getting us back into the groove of things while kind of at the same time telling the same movie while not being a reboot.
I'll be honest. I think Chris Pratt makes those movies watchable.
Kind of,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
he might as well not even have been in the second one, though.
Maybe that's why I didn't hate. Maybe that's why I didn't hate Fallen Kingdom as much as a lot of people, because he kind of saved it. I feel like if he wasn't in it, then
I don't know. That's my problem. Is those two feel like completely different characters in this movie.
I don't know. I don't hate.
Well, first you didn't, if I remember right, because I've only watched it the one time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they start the movie out with them not together again? Like, that's the typical fucking stupidest fucking trope in fucking. It's like, I hate that trope.
I know.
So played out.
They do that in like every one of those type of movies.
Again.
Yeah. It's like they fell in love at the end of the first movie. Here's the second movie. They've been separated for a year. They haven't been together or talked to each other, and it happens all over again.
It is such an old trope. It is so played out. You just have them be together. What was wrong with that? It makes more sense if they're together.
Exactly. Yep.
And I didn't mind the setup, right? Like, the setup wasn't too bad. They're going to try and move the dinosaurs. So it's basically Jurassic World redo. I get it. That part I didn't have a problem with, but we didn't get the rest of it, right? So I thought, okay, we're going to actually get the rest of Jurassic World where we actually get them running loose everywhere. Like, no, we didn't get that. I know I'm griping about some stupid shit, but it's the
No, I
same
get
problem
it.
I have with Godzilla movies, though. Like, my problem with them is there's too many people in my fucking monster movies. The only reason people should be in a monster
Yeah.
movie is to get chewed up or stepped on,
Yep.
or a little kid to
Yeah,
cry and
that-
make King Kong sad and go kick Godzilla's ass.
That was
That's
the
the
most.
only reason they're supposed to be there.
Yeah, that was my disappointing thing about and I'm not like a huge kaiju fan, but like that. I mean, I saw Godzilla versus Kong in the theater, and like the fights were fucking amazing. I just hated the human aspects.
I hated all the humans except for the little girl, and I thought she was the one I was going to hate, and she's the one I actually liked.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
God
agree.
damn it, Kong, you go kick that fucking
Yeah, you go
ass
get that
little
motherfucker.
girl.
And I like Godzilla vs Kong. I thought that was a good one.
She can't hear it, but she can see you. You go, bro.
You do it for her now. She signed you.
I don't know, for some reason, that one evil chick in Godzilla versus Kong who ended up betraying them. What's her name? She's hot as shit. She was in Baby
the
Driver.
Mexican girl, the Latino girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in the From Dusk to Dawn remake TV show.
I can't think of her damn name, but I
can't think of her name, but she played the Santa Monica whatever from Dusk to Dawn in the TV show.
She was in
Selma Hayek.
Yeah, she was in what was it?
Baby Driver.
Yeah, Baby Driver, which is Edgar Wright's.
What's another thing? What is it with all these movies having a Nedry character? Fucking, you don't need one. Nedry is one of the most useless goddamn characters in cinema history. As much as I love, and literature history for that matter, as much as I love Jurassic Park, he does nothing. He turns the lights out. That's it. The storm could have done that.
Yeah, they could have just had like a lightning bolt strike the electricity and shut down all the cages and everything
for nothing.
I didn't think about that actually.
He does nothing. Literally, I mean, the only thing he really does do is shut all the power off except for the raptor cage, which again, incidentally, could have just happened from like the power shutting everything off, right? You have a massive storm going on at that point, and it would just be ironic that the power would get shut down when you're trying to run the fucking people through the park.
Yeah, but
you
what
didn't really need Nedry. I mean, he's okay, but you don't need him.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? Well, what if the storm? Let's say Nedry wasn't there, and the storm just came out, and it just shut. What if it shut like everything except for, I don't know.
There's no real reason for the raptor paddock not to be shut down. Like, it doesn't really play into the story other than to give the people a little time and to give Nedry time to get away. That's the whole thing is for. Yeah. It's only for him. So
you didn't say the magic word.
And all they have to do to redo it is reset everything, which is what they probably would have had to do to turn the power back on in the first place.
Exactly.
So
yeah, they're always putting like those characters in those monster type movies.
It's not so much him, but it's those type of characters. It's like these nonchalant, needless fucking bad guys when you've already got plenty of monsters to cause havoc. That's what I hated about Godzilla versus Kong, was the mother character in that movie. I fucking hated her. She turns coat for no reason. You know, it was bad. All you had to do was say you were kidnapped, and they made you turn on the machine, and it made the monsters go crazy.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
She was.
I hated that.
I hated that fucking character.
And then they tried to make you feel bad for her when she dies at the end. Like, she's come back to him, and then it's like, I don't feel bad for this woman.
No, I don't. She deserves every goddamn thing.
Exactly.
And Vincent D'Onofrio, I love him to death as an actor, but he's fucking pointless in Jurassic World. There's no use for him to be there. None.
Yeah, he's just there to say, "Hey, we're going to weaponize the raptors."
The only movie that's about it in those movies that made sense was Jurassic World or Jurassic Lost World, Jurassic Park 2, where they actually had the guys from InGen trying to move the dinosaurs. That makes sense, right? That's where you have an antagonist come in. They're clearly trying to do something they shouldn't be doing to the animals. They're the antagonist in the story. That's where you do the twist on Jurassic Park 1, right? That makes sense. But from that point on, unless you're going to show us them militarizing these creatures, then what the fuck is the point of having a character there talking about it?
It makes sense.
It is one of the biggest fucking sins in a fucking movie. to talk about something or show something, you can't. It's like showing the gun over the fireplace rule. I can't remember the actual rule, right? You guys have heard about this in a story, right? You cannot establish like just you can't show that there's a gun over the fireplace and not use it later on, right? Like there's a point for that. It's the same kind of thing here. You don't bring up the fact that you can militarize these things unless you have him come out and fucking with an army of goddamn raptors. Like, what's the point?
It's true. It's true. But now that we've gone through
I
all
had
that,
to go on that rant.
that's fine. Somebody said, somebody does need to clip that out there. So
no, that rant was fucking beautiful.
It was amazing.
Like
I said, people love Nedry, right? I like him.
I don't.
He's a likable asshole, right? Like he's just that kind of a character, but he's the one thing wrong with that movie because you just don't need him, and he wastes so much time of that movie.
Maybe that's why I never cared about that character.
Well, because think about it, you spend 5 minutes in the beginning of the movie setting up this idea that he's going to steal these things, right? And he steals something that never even goes anywhere because he gets killed in the process of stealing them. So he's really only there to be killed. So you spend a long time setting up a character who's basically there just to get killed. That's really what it is.
Thank God, by the way.
No, again, I don't hate him in the movie. He does serve his purpose in the story by shutting the power off.
I don't know.
I am not going to argue that, but it is something that a good screenwriter would have been. You know what? We don't need all this shit. The dinosaurs are already your bad guy. The storm is your catalyst, and it's the worst possible storm at the worst possible time. That's all you need. Otherwise, you're complicating the story too much by distracting the audience with this Nedry character. It really is. He doesn't really serve any purpose story-wise other than that. Because he doesn't tell us anything about Jurassic Park. We already learn about the embryo stuff in another scene.
Yeah.
Right? I'm coming at this all from a story writing point. Like, he is clearly useless. There's nothing for him there. It's just kind of like you could have totally wrote over him.
I did not think of that whatsoever. That's a really damn good point, Tom.
He gives you no information whatsoever in the movie that you don't already get from elsewhere. Chekhov's gun. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, Liquid Blake. That's it. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you showed a gun. It's just a gun in general. You can't show a gun and not use it later or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
That's weird.
And all that means is you can't show a character or have a character there for no purpose or a prop or a reason for showing something or making something mean something without it serving some purpose later.
Well, no, that's like having a James Bond movie. They show him like a new gadget, and it's like he never uses it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But if you watch a James Bond movie, when they show him a new gadget, it does, it does, have some use to it.
That's why Back to the Future is a great script, because everything in that movie is there for a reason. Mm-hmm. None of it is fat. Yeah. Even the part that Bob and Bob claim is fat, which is Marty inventing rock and roll, it's still an important part of the story.
Yeah.
Like I found a way to make it a big part of the story to where I disagree with them then. I don't feel like that's filler. No, I feel like that's a very important arc to that character, because he in the beginning he gets rejected, and then at the end he's successful with playing music, right? Like he got to play at the prom. That was his whole goal.
Yep. He got to play this thing.
Yeah. Like that's what he wanted to do, is play at the prom in the beginning. He didn't get to, he got to at the end. And if you look at it from that way, he got his actual goal in that movie.
And even if the people out in the audience didn't care for it, Chuck Berry, he got to hear.
Yeah, that's up a joke. And that's why I think they're looking at it like that, but I'm not. I'm like, I don't think Bob and Bob really looked at it that way.
Yeah.
Even though as great writers as they are, it's just so nonchalant. It's just natural to them, I guess. I don't know.
I haven't seen Back to the Future in a long ass time.
Everything in that movie, that is the most best. You'll never see a movie packed in 2 hours better than that. There's not a package better put.
It's fantastic movie.
Screenwriting 101. Everything you need to know about screenwriting is in that movie.
And I'm glad they fixed it up from the one we read.
Oh yes,
the one we read it had some problems, and then they fixed it really good.
No, I will argue up and down, left and right till Sunday that the original Back to the Future is a perfect film from beginning.
Oh, it is. I agree with you
It is
100% on that.
it is a fantastic
Mr.
movie.
Plague Doctor says he's never seen it.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Plague Doctor, do
You
yourself a
gotta
favor.
see it.
What?
Sorry, it's been built up for you now, but it is. It's like Tyrell said. It's a flawless film. One of those rarities.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that movie.
Considering
It's
though
been
what like
years.
Greg just said, between the screenplay and all the turmoil behind the scenes that went into making that movie, it's amazing that it's as good as it is.
It is. And it's I will agree 100%. That's one of my first, like, besides Superman, that's one of my first movies I remember. You know, because like it was like literally like a 1-2 punch, because I saw Superman the movie, and that like hooked me immediately on the character of Superman and everything. And then not long after that, I saw Back to the Future, and it's like, yeah, that movie is just brilliant and
That's
perfect.
funny
And
because Superman was one of the things that got me into movies too. Like one of my first early memories was seeing Superman 2 on television for the first time.
really,
Like I was
that's cool.
just old enough to when they premiered it. And
One-
that was my introduction to Superman.
Yeah, mine was the very first Superman the movie. I remember seeing it on TV, you know, just going through the channels as a kid, and I don't know, I was probably maybe about 5 years old. It just hooked me.
I got lucky that the version of Superman 2 they showed on TV had like an extended version of the.
Oh, did you get the one where
Recap.
like with the Zod stuff and all
Oh yeah,
that?
it was all the two-nighter, and I got pissed because my mom made me go to bed, but it was actually, I remember, I think we had a VCR at that point, or we might have just gotten a VCR. I can't remember, but I think no, that wasn't the first movie she taped, but I remember I got to see it, the rest of it, another time. But like, I missed like the last half hour or whatever it was, but they had the recaps in the beginning, so that was how I got caught back up.
Oh.
So like, yeah, that part wasn't a problem, but I just remember it just blowing my fucking mind because it was like the coolest shit I ever saw.
I know. It was amazing. I mean, I saw the first one first, but then like after that, it was like, this is my jam, right?
Like I saw
is my
Star
hero.
Wars so young. I don't remember seeing Star Wars the first time.
Now, see, the thing is, I saw Star Wars a lot later in life.
I remember a latter point at seeing it, but I don't remember the first time I saw it.
because
I remember, the first time I saw Star Wars, I think, yeah, my mom like got the first movie from like the library on DVD, and was like, "You need to see this movie." So
my
I
memory
watched
was
it. Yeah.
Valentine's Day. God, what is it? 84 or 85? May have even been. I want to say it was 84 or 85. Was when I saw when I remember seeing Star Wars for the first time. Even though it technically wasn't my first time, it was the first time my brain retained it. Because like Empire and Jedi had come out and I'd seen them, and I knew I remembered bits and pieces of the first movie, but it was just kind of like this vague memory. And then I taped it that night on television, and I wore that fucking tape out. That first movie, because I got lucky, and that night I taped Star Wars, and then I took and sent the tape to my cousins. I went and gave it to them, and they had HBO and all that shit, so they taped Empire and Jedi right after it. So I had all three movies on one tape for the longest time until I finally bought them proper. Yeah.
Now, see, I was probably about 12, maybe 13 when I saw it, because I had actually seen like I said, Superman, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, and Star Trek was my first.
You know, it might have been 86.
Mine was like in the middle 90s, like maybe 93. And I was at a friend's house, and he had the VHS box set, and I was like, we was trying to find something to watch, and I was like, let's watch Star Wars. I've never seen it. And first he made fun of me for never seeing it. And then I watched the first one, and then I had to go home after that. And then when I went home, I had my dad take me to the video store, and I rented all three of them. And I just like watched them because they literally legitimately are like life-changing movies when you first see them.
I remember, so like the first time I saw A New Hope, I didn't really get into Star Wars like right away. It was like a process for me, and then later on around middle school, I think is when I really got into them because of that announcement that, a new Star Wars movie is coming out. It ended up being a piece of shit later on, but at the time I liked it.
It's cool.
But
I do want to get.
because before TFA came out, like I watched like all 3 movies and I'm like, holy shit, these are amazing.
But I do have a super chat here from Deleted Scenes for $2. He says, "Great show, subbed. Thank you, Deleted Scene. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you subbed. I hope you enjoy the content to come and the show. And for that, you get this." I still love that. Thank you. But yeah, it's like Star Wars is awesome. So, but it's funny how we get led to certain things from certain other movies.
I mean, I don't want to say this in like a bad note necessarily, but like it's been kind of hard for me to like get back into.
I get where you come from,
like,
but I mean, I can enjoy the originals and the prequels, and kind of just say the others, even though it's like when I start thinking about it, it pisses me off so bad, and I just like I can't enjoy it.
It's just depressing as fuck when when all this disastrous shit dies off in any way. Maybe I'll get back into enjoying them for what they are, because it's like I try to like put in my mind like, oh, the Disney shit isn't canon, but it's just, and it's not. It's hard getting that image out of your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because my point being is like, after I saw The Rise of Palpatine, which was fucking horrible movie experience for me in many ways, and then like late Christmas morning, like midnight Christmas, I watched Empire because that's my favorite. I couldn't watch the entire thing. I was fucking upset.
I can't blame you, man. I can't blame you. But before, okay, Tom, since you got the Halloween, some more Halloween stuff to share, I'll do my last pick before yours, because we'll end it on Halloween talk for Halloween. So, for my final pick,
a plan.
Yes, it sounds good. For my final pick, I have Fright Night, the original 80s classic. Fright Night. And Tom had disheartened me when I had this, because he says the "You're So Cool, Brewster" documentary is not the full documentary.
I think it depends on which version that is. It might be. I'm not 100% on that.
This is
how
Sony.
long is it on there? Does it say?
It does not say.
You'll just have to compare the running time, because I think the later release has the full version, but I'm not 100% sure on that, because I have 2 different versions of it. I have the import, and I have that one you have in your hand. And then there was the Twilight Time one from before that. And that one I think has the edited version. I did not know that there was the newer. So I see I have that version. Like I got it not too long ago, actually.
Then I think this has the full documentary.
It might be the full documentary. I have to
this
double
is
check on it. Yeah.
by Sony. This is Sony.
Yeah, that's the newer version that just came out not too long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. But I just actually watched this not too long ago for Halloween, and it is a great flick still. I still love it.
Plastic, let's put it that way.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's my final pick of the night. Fright Night. Check it out. It's great 80s flick, great vampire flick. Roddy McDowell, not Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, right.
Peter Vincent, great character. And Jerry Dandridge, Chris Sarandon just fucking steals the movie. Yeah, amazing soundtrack.
I'll probably check it out at some point. I'm not a huge
That's one you'd like.
Okay. Oh yeah, you would definitely love this one.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Okay, because I'm not I'm not like a huge vampire movie guy. Okay, good.
Yeah.
This is it's kind of more of a comedy horror than it is a straight up horror.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you like things like Lost Boys and stuff like that, where they're a little bit more of a twist on comedy?
I haven't seen Lost Boys yet.
Okay, yeah, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
Jesus fucking Christ,
fucking runner, man.
No, I want to watch Lost Boys, but the problem is like Angela Straven and I we're planning on doing a watch party like on my channel to watch Lost Boys.
The perfect double feature would be Lost Boys and Fright Night together.
Yes, it would.
And if you wanted to make a triple feature out of it, you could throw in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
No, because I watched movies like Interview with the Vampire with Brad Pitt. I was bored as shit.
No. This is different.
Okay,
I'll give you a part of the setup without giving too much away.
Yeah.
Basically, it's this nerdy kid. This guy moves in next door, and this kid suspects he's a vampire, and nobody believes him.
Okay, because after watching Interview with the Vampire, because I've heard a lot of people like that movie, and people give me shit for crapping on
Interview
that
with
movie.
Vampire's a little bit more of a serious vampire take.
Sloggy, serious movie. No, Lost Boys and Fright Night are fun.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fun ones are the way to go for me.
They don't take themselves seriously at all.
Yeah, something like From Dusk Till Dawn, because that's my favorite vampire movie.
Oh, then you'll love these. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely that would even make a nice third movie for a triple feature.
And also Vamp.
Okay, that's good.
And if you like Dusk Till Dawn, watch the 80s movie Vamp. You'd like that one too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely in that. It's not the gory side of it, but it's definitely like the goofy, like one-liners and the absurdity of it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just the goofy. Both of them are funny as shit. Like they both got some great one-liners and scenes about, especially the Lost Boys with all the different vampires that are in that one. So
it's good.
I don't want to give too much of it away.
Yeah,
I want to hear your natural reactions.
Yeah, no, that's why I've been like.
Don't watch the remake of Fright Night, not the one with Colin Farrell. It's not horrible, but it's not.
You watch the original first, and then maybe you go see that.
It's
to be honest, he probably would like the Colin Farrell one better too.
He might, but they're the same fucking
younger.
movie.
They really are, and I don't think it's a bad. Honestly, I don't think it's a bad remake, but the original is far superior.
It's just kind of pointless. It reminded me of the Poltergeist remake.
True, that's true.
It's not as bad, granted, but it's like, what was the point of
the
this?
Poltergeist remake was, and they even take out one of the best parts of the Poltergeist things in the remake. So, but yeah, the remake of Fright Night is kind of pointless. But I will say that you might like that one, but trust me, the original Fright Night is really good. It's got great characters: Roddy McDowall, Chris Sarandon. Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. William Ragsdale. They're awesome. And Amanda Burst
plays Darcy in it too.
Yeah, Amanda Burst. I have a question. I can't say that. This might be a spoiler. Never mind. I'll talk to you later about that. But yeah, I think you would like that.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go for.
I think they're fake from what I remember. But
that's what I was thinking.
No, because maybe it's just me, but because Interview with the Vampire is just if most of these if not zombie movies, fucking vampire movies are like that, then I'm kind of skeptical.
No, dude, you got to watch movies like Lost Boys, the original Buffy movie, Fright Night, Vamp. Watch those. If they had it, which I'm still hoping that we get it one day, is My Best Friend's a Vampire. That's a great one too.
Glinzer, that's not saying much though. Total Recall remake was garbage.
It was horrible. I don't know why I did that.
Trash.
But that was my final pick of the night. Fright Night for horror.
They did a remake for Total Recall.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, with Colin Farrell in that too.
It is horrible.
The Fright Night remake is better than that.
I've seen part of the original.
That's the problem with remakes like Fright Night, though, is it's too close to the original, and then it's like, okay, I enjoy that you stayed true, but at the same time, you didn't bring anything new to the table. You know what I mean?
And the one part where they could have did, because the opening with their version of Evil Ed, what happens to him, they could have went in such a different direction than they went in with him. At the end, it's just that's probably kills it.
Yeah.
You know,
Jim Carrey once bit was a good one too.
Dare I say that's why I love Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
That's not a horrible remake, but
no.
It is like an exception to the rules.
But they did bring things new to the table, like
yes,
the whole bus thing at the end, which was brilliant.
There's the bus, there's the guy across the way with the communication, there's more people involved.
Exactly.
They definitely brought more to the table there, and it helped that you had a decent, competent writer behind it too.
Yeah,
Like,
James Gunn. Yeah,
yeah. So like that helps.
I will give him credit for that.
But that is one of the last good remakes, as far as I'm concerned. Like, as far as remakes go, I'm not talking about adaptations because I count Dune as like a readaptation.
Yeah, because it's based off a novel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and yeah, I haven't seen the David Lynch Dune because I took Tom's word. Tom said, "Hey,"
before you see the new one.
yeah,
No, I need to see both of them. So
you can see the old one afterwards, but I'd rather hear your opinion of the new one without ever seeing that other one first.
Did you watch my review,
me?
Tom?
Oh, I didn't know you put one up yet.
Yeah, I put one immediately.
Probably got unsubscribed from your fucking channel.
Okay.
What is it, Metal Runner now or some shit?
I'm you know what, Tom, to make it easier for you, I'm gonna
give me the link.
Yeah, I'm gonna post in the private chat.
I should have it. But...
You put it in the chat too, man. Out there,
yeah, just put it in the regular chat.
No, I'll put in the chat.
You're a mod too.
No, I'll put my actual channel on.
What?
No, my
your actual channel. What are you talking about? You got more than one?
No, because I'm gonna send Tom my fucking Dune review.
Oh,
okay. But I'm gonna put my actual channel in the chat later on. Do you understand that?
No,
I get you now.
I don't. No, I get you.
Go ahead and do that, and we'll move to Tom.
I do agree. Deleted scenes. It was more of an action film, and it's funny because I watched like some of the like special features from the Shout version, and they mention like James Gunn has mentioned it, and the actors like this is more of an action movie, and I'm like, maybe that's why I like this one more because I'm really into action movies.
But yes, go ahead and put your links in there, and while you're doing that, Tom, let's see your final Halloween stuff, and we'll close it out on Halloween.
Right. Well, I brought in some goodies just to kind of show, like, and this isn't even all of them over there. This is just the last one of Halloween I bought on DVD. This would be the Divimax version, and one of the main reasons I kept this is it actually has a cut above the rest documentary, which is available on a lot of other ones, but for some reason it's in a horrible quality, and on here it's in a much better quality. Don't ask me why. But yeah, I mean, this was a cool, nice last final DVD edition back in the day. It had a nice booklet with it. And,
it's nice. I meant to ask you on the 25 years of Halloween documentary, did you get the comic book in that?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, because I was going to say mine has the comic book.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's in here. Yep. Yeah, it's in here. But yeah, so then also, of course, as you saw, the Shout Factory version, which has, a couple different versions in there. I also had the extended TV cut on DVD until I got that version, so I got rid of that. And then, of course, there's the old classic 4K from Lionsgate, which
isn't bad.
See, I'm questioning this now because somebody told me it's from an interpositive, and then I thought I read that it's from the negative as well, but doesn't matter because, of course, that version is made completely obsolete by this new bad boy right here. And
that's that's a better looking case than the ones.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I like that.
Like, I love these, but these are kind of impractical. I'm gonna probably just take them out and put them in my other box set. But of course, here's the record.
Nice little 45.
Yeah, and it's got new versions of a couple of songs from the first film. It's got I don't like the splatter stuff.
Yeah, the splatter. I'm not a big fan of that.
And of course, you showed the movie already, but the movie is inside here, and all that good stuff. And of course, that looks great. And of course, we'll move on to part 2. That one out here. Part 2. I love this cover.
I like that. The bleeding eyes. That is cool. Nice. That is badass.
And of course, the same thing. Even better. It looks better on the record, on the white on black.
Nice.
And similar thing. Same splatter. And of course, part 2. You put it in all nice box there. And last but not least,
now see if I would have had the money, I would have got that.
I like this one too.
Yeah, I like the kid with the mask.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the first one. I'm like, this should have really been the original knife and pumpkin. That would have been bitchin'.
Yeah.
Because then Halloween 3, of course, and the movie. And it came with a button set and the posters. And of course, Halloween 5 and 4 are just standard. And I've watched a few minutes of Halloween 4, but I haven't even opened Halloween 5 yet.
I was gonna say,
so
did you see?
All my Halloween movies.
That's
With
nice.
the ones that,
It's
that's
awesome,
the ones I
though.
got left, and I think I got some somewhere else that are like other versions of the first movie somewhere.
That's awesome, though. I like
Aside
those.
from the one that I showed before on tape. Yeah. So yeah, like it's been a hell of a run with Halloween. So these are clearly probably the last time I'm buying this fucking movie.
I mean, we get this big old, we got Halloween Kills, we got the Halloween 4Ks.
I was gonna say, is your most collected like physical media like Halloween?
If I hadn't gotten rid of all the other versions I had prior to this, probably. Because I have literally bought this movie. Let's see, I bought the original release, which was just the mono straight letterboxed on one side. Flip it over, it was the full screen. Then they remastered it in 5.1, and that one had like a holographic cover on it. It like went from Michael Myers mask to the pumpkin. And it had a few more. It actually had special features on it, unlike the first release did. And then I got the TV cut, which was just the movie itself. And then I got the one I just showed with the silver case. So right there, that's just DVD. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 versions on DVD. Then I got the Blu-ray, which first came out, the original Blu-ray. And then I got I think I skipped the 40 or the 35th anniversary one, which is basically the same thing that's in the box set. I think I skipped that one because I knew that box set was coming. So I just waited for the box set, and I got the box set. And that fucker, when that came out, was like $215. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was so expensive. And it's considering how much it's going for now and people bitch about it. It's like, you guys don't remember how much that bitch was when it first came out, do you?
It was pretty damn expensive the first time.
No, that was my Christmas present from my parents that year. I'm like, you want to get me something for Christmas? Here you go. It was like $200. With tax and all that shit, it was like $250.
Which is funny too, because like you get the Jasons for like $150.
Yeah, they managed to bring that. Well, that was because they were lucky that was only 2 companies they had to deal with.
That's
Unfortunately,
true,
with Halloween, they had to deal with
5
like
different
3 different companies or 5 different companies. Yeah.
But that's good. I like that. Have you listened to any of the records?
Yeah, I digitized them all. So I'm probably just what I'm gonna probably do is, like I said, swap out the ones in my Blu-ray cases in the box set just for the 4K ones, and then put them all away. Or just put them up with my records probably. Because they're cool, but I already digitized them, so I don't really need to leave them out. I'd never play them on their own probably because they got the crap in them and stuff.
Yeah,
so I'll have to do some work on the ones I have now. So the ones I play on Mead Radio, I've already done like some audio tweaking on. But no, it is one of the movies runner that I've bought more times than I'd like to admit. And then you don't even want to get into the VHS. I've bought at least 3 or 4 times on VHS as well.
Jesus Christ.
It is. It's just so damn good though. It's like, even like we talk about how bad the sequels can be and everything,
that's
but it's like
a hardcore
the character
fan.
of Michael Myers is just, there's just something about him that makes you just want to keep buying his damn movies.
Well, and Lasso Truth says, I can't wait for Halloween 3D. Surprisingly, it was the only one that was never converted, but I can see why, because it's mostly in the dark. It's kind of pointless.
It's funny how you mentioned like Michael Myers, Greg. What was I gonna say? Like when I was like really young, I always thought like, why the hell do people like this character so much? He just stabs people in the back with a knife. Who cares? And this is before I even saw the movie. I'm like, what is so appealing about this character? And then I watched the first one. I'm like, yeah, I could see it.
It's not even so much the character as it is just that John Carpenter is a fucking genius.
Oh yeah,
he's a master.
Like he took like, bubble gum and fucking scotch tape and made a movie that looked like $1 million and then some. And all it is about a guy in a mask stalking babysitters.
Yeah, right. Halloween was the first John Carpenter movie I've seen, and now that I've seen like more of his other movies, I really started to like grow on, his stuff, and it's awesome.
He's a genius at it, what he does, and like you said, is the way he created that character, Michael Myers. I mean, it's a basic, simple character, but there's just something people just keep latching on to him, and And it
I think a
just,
big
I
part
don't know,
was the
works.
mask. Like a
Yeah,
lot
the
has to
mask
go to
too.
Tommy Lee Wallace.
I always thought it was the music for
the
me.
music helps. Yes, the music is a big part. But like,
Yeah, because
they tried
like
to do a lot of mass killers after Michael Myers, and outside of Jason, they never really caught on.
right. There's
Um,
tons of slasher films
yeah,
with characters like him. It's just
because I think what really like sort of got my attention to John Carpenter movies was because later on I watched Big Trouble in Little China and I'm like, holy shit, this movie's fantastic.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
John Carpenter's a genius.
yeah, I know. And then I
yeah.
watched The Thing and I'm like, this movie's awesome. Then I watched They Live and I'm like, wow, just
What
great
John
movies.
Carpenter does is make great films
Escape from
for
New
like
York.
blue collar people,
Yes.
right? Like from a blue collar point of view. In all honesty, he deserves all the Oscars and never got any.
That is
But
true.
it's just
He
because
did.
his movies are viewed on as like,
that's
lesser
criminal.
than. Yeah, like he makes B movies, right? But he makes the greatest B movies
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, exactly.
All his genres he delves in are basically B movie genres.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Starman, which was the only one I think got any real Oscar attention.
Yeah, I think Jeff Bridges was nominated for an Oscar for that. His first one, I believe. But yeah, but he did that one. Like I watched behind the scenes on that. He did that one because they'd never give him a chance to make a movie like that. So he jumped on it when they gave him a chance to do it. So that's why he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, and that is great. I love this Halloween. I plan on getting the rest of the 4K set very
I'm not
soon.
seeing the deleted scene thing on 5 though that you were telling me about.
Oh, you really? I've actually watched the deleted scene.
It might be online,
I found it online.
but I was gonna say I don't see because there's nothing new.
It's somebody filmed it from their 4K from the disc and put it online.
Unless I'm just not seeing it here because it doesn't
It's
say
the
anything.
Dr. Death footage.
Doesn't say anything about Dr. Death, unless it's just not listed on here,
It might not be listed. Maybe
got put on at the last minute without it being listed on the cover.
Yeah.
Because I haven't opened it yet. I haven't checked. But like, yeah, as far as I could tell, Halloween 3, 4, and did 3 have anything new? I don't think 3 had anything new on. I think 3. Halloween 1 and 2 are the only ones that had anything new. Huh?
From what I read, Halloween 3, the newest feature was they did like a little mini feature on the mask.
I don't even know if that's on this one, to be honest with you.
Huh.
Unless it's just not listed. Because like the first 2 have a couple of new things on them, but they're nothing that crazy.
But I did see the Dr. Death footage. It's not too bad. And I mean, it's kind of interesting to see the fact that all the sound and stuff was made by the guy that found it.
Listed here, but anyway.
And then Sean Whalen does the voice of Dr. Death because they didn't have his audio and the guy had passed away. So they had somebody come in and do over his lines. So
yeah, I'm not seeing it on the case, but Shout is notorious for getting features at the last minute that aren't listed.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it is, but I don't see it listed.
But it was 1 minute too bad. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I haven't got in a rush to buy 5, but I really want to get 2, 3, and 4. But yeah, that's great set. Great conversation here.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I think we Halloweened it up.
Yeah, we Halloweened it up. I think we talked too much about Halloween before we got to the end.
Yeah, me barely.
But yeah, if you guys, if you're out there, if you liked any of these picks that we showed you tonight, check them out. They're, the Halloween sets, like what Tom got, you can't get no more, but you can get the 4K disc.
Yeah, the 4K sets are all out there, at least like the individual movie. I think they're sold out of the big box set, but
yeah, they're all sold out of that.
I'm not sure if you can still get the ones with the records or if they sold any with just the records or not. I didn't actually pay attention to that.
I think they were selling like just the first 3 with the records in a set. So that might still be available. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys once again. I guess we'll get ready and close it out. Thank you to the chat, the audience, and Runner and Tom and
3
Tyrell.
more days till Halloween. Halloween.
I wish I had that. I'd play that, but then it might get a copyright claim.
I don't know if it is or not.
But yeah,
I put a little bit of it in our retrospective and it didn't get nailed.
Oh, that's cool.
I
Maybe
got
next time.
that part, but that was what it is.
It's almost time, kids. Don't
It's
forget.
almost time. That's Tommy Lee Wallace doing that.
Yeah.
The big giveaways at 9:00.
Don't forget to wear your mask. Silver Shamrock Corporation. Now,
Silver Shamrock.
that's something ended on. Do you think we'll get the Legacy sequel they've been teasing?
The Legacy sequel.
Yes, I have heard that Jason Blum, the Blumhouse, is open to a Legacy sequel to Halloween 3 with Tom Atkins.
Really?
Yes, I have read that. I read an article about that. And they didn't go into much detail other than Jason Blum said he is looking into it. So
I mean, I know he's not the youngest guy anymore, but
yeah, I would have just assumed he'd be in there like as Laurie to pass it on to other
you
people.
almost got to. You almost want to see the aftermath, right? Like
right after what happens.
Yeah, like what if a huge bunch of kids that happened to you? But what would you do for the same thing again? I mean,
yeah, that's what. How would you go for a sequel? Because like Tommy Lee Wallace and them were making as an anthology, and this would have been like a one and done.
Exactly.
So where would you go for a sequel with that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, and I don't know if that'd be insulting to Tommy Lee Wallace's original, because that's kind of the whole point. He ended it the way he did. He wanted to end it. You know, he's like, there's only a couple different kinds of horror movies you can do. There's, you know, a knife slasher type movie, you know, a gothic or haunted movie, or, you know, a pod people movie. He's like, so I made a pod people movie.
Right.
And that's why he ended it just like, you know, whatchamacallit. I just forgot the name.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what it kind of intrigued me. I don't know if I'd really want that, or if they did make it, how would you do it?
Yeah, that's my thing. Is it'd be a tough sell, I guess. I mean, it's been long enough. I suppose you could have somebody else trying to do the same thing again, but that's a little too obvious.
Yeah. This is depends. It depends. But we'll end it there. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you, Deleted Scenes, for the sub. Thank you, Tyrell, Martin Acosta Santana, Lasso of Truth, Tim Hayes, Mr. Plague Doctor, Random Brad. If you make it this far, I know you said you're going to rewatch it. I hope you enjoyed the show, buddy. And thank you to the audience, everybody watching. And once again, thank you all. And as I close, once again, please do not take this personally. It's just, I love this clip.
How you doing? Bitches leave.